Everybody have a good week?
Yeah.
Nope.
Sorry. All right, so.
I mean, I said yeah.
Fuck you.
Permission to say.
That's right.
How you doing today? Oh, I'm great. Yeah.
That's all anyone wants to hear anyway, right?
No day but today, right?
Yes.
I was picking up food and I came out with the food and there's a guy sitting on the ground. I think he was just on a break from like the Verizon store. So he's like, he looked at me and he goes, "You look like you're having a great day." And I said, "Is that what it looks like?" And he was like, like excited.
Oh, you're having a great day.
Find me a mirror fast. So I want to see what this looks like.
And I'm like,
What kind of
so I'm happy to hear that to the outside world.
on the verge woman did I just talk to?
I'm the opposite. Like, I'm having a great day, and people ask me if I'm okay.
What's wrong, Mike?
Yeah, my face just looks that way.
You okay, Mike?
It's just my face.
Get that passive.
That's all I say. It's like, that's just my face.
It's just my face.
How's the batteries doing? Batteries good?
I'm at three.
I'm at
Three. Good.
bloody dice.
I'm at 3.
Then let's play D&D.
Dungeons and Dragons.
So last session
Who's a werewolf? I need.
was interesting as the King's Ball turned out to be more than dancing and placating nobles.
I'll take it.
A man dressed as a priest, we'll call it, himself Rocher, transformed into a massive demonic werewolf and attacked the king and queen. Other werewolves transformed from servants and guests and ripped into anybody nearby. The panicked crowd fled for the doors as two of the ballroom royal guards were stationed in the ballroom, a sylvan elf, and the party moved quickly to intercede. The alpha battle was not going well, as the demon wolf seemed to take only scant damage from attacks and doled out vicious reprisals with claw and maw. His main target seemed to be the king after he felled the queen, who was saved at the brink of death by Sylvie.
Yay.
You did something.
I do a lot.
But the fight was turning desperate. It was turning desperate when an enigmatic man named Myrllin arrived on the scene with his brother Wodanaz and joined the battle. Myrllin spoke to the demon creature in a strange language, addressing it as Yalal. For the first time, there was fear in the creature's eyes as it bounded away to escape. Wodanaz and the others made quick work of the remaining werewolves, but in the end, the cost of lives was dear. Several guests at the ball, the merchant served by the elf mercenary, 2 royal guards, and perhaps most distressing, the king and queen of Korth, hung by a thread. Moments later, a dozen royal guards, in the company of the high priestess of Suna and 2 young men, quickly burst into the chamber, quickly ran to the king and queen. And while that drama of royals played out, our friend Hildy squared up against Myrllin, determined to get answers. And although that began quite violently between the two, it kind of cooled into a subtle repartee of discourse as Myrllin supplied a few answers, filled in some blanks. Supposedly, whether or not Hildy believes what he's saying or anybody else about her life. And that's where we start this evening. So, with the scene set, I'll bring this on the map.
Yep, that's the map.
The presumed young men were, or the young men were presumed to be the crown prince and his younger brother, sons of the king and queen of Korth. In attendance also was the priestess Asuna, doing their best to work on, heal, bring back to consciousness the king and the queen. Although they were healing, and the party had done some healing as well, they weren't very responsive for whatever reason. And during this time is when Hildy and Myrllin were speaking a lot about your past.
Old times.
Old time, yeah. And Myrllin took a moment to kneel down by the king and queen and whisper privately with the crown prince of Korth, and with a stricken look, toward the end of the conversation, the boy looked over, a young man, looked over at Myrllin and just fearfully, "No, Myrllin, we cannot do this." Myrllin just rises and looks over at the priestess of Suna. Take them to their chambers and see to them well. Well, you'll be doing what needs to be done. And then he returns his attention to the rest of you. So, at this point, the guards and the priestess are pretty much gathering up the king and the queen and beginning to take them back to wherever their chambers lie in the palace. What do you guys want to do?
First point of order, I'm going to store my spear back in Kevin.
Okay.
And I'm going to try and fix the strap that got damaged.
Okay.
Redo that.
Okay, yeah, easy enough. It was just basically just tied onto you and just ripped apart. So easy enough to tie that back. Kevin is, you can see that he's as you're doing this, he's kind of whispering. So, Myrllin and his brother Wodanaz are very powerful folk, and I suggest that you conduct yourself carefully around them. But they're not good
ready
people.
to fireball.
And so he's just kind of whispering this to you as you're,
Kevin,
doing all that.
Kevin, the way that beast ran out of the room, I'm not fucking with them at this point.
He did seem quite afraid, didn't he? Well, he takes your spear at that point as you're working on his straps.
I like to think there's a little every time.
Maybe a
burp at
gulp.
the end.
Yeah, a couple of silver coins come flying out.
Kevin.
The tongue just kind of, the ephemeral tongue just grabs and brings it back. Just keep me near you. I'd like to stay with you. I don't want to go with Myrllin. He may decide that perhaps I'm better to be in his company than yours, but I would argue against that and propose that perhaps it's best that I stay with you.
Oh, I think that's a
developing
good idea.
Oh, he's here.
Hildegard. Hildegard, A, B, C. Any points?
Oh. You know, when you're sleeping, sometimes I take spiders and ladybugs and I put them both in your mouth and I see if the spider will eat the ladybug before you reflexively go, then swallow them. Usually you win.
I appreciate the source of protein.
Can we still hear the werewolf demon rampaging like after he left? Because you said he was clamoring outside. Did we still hear the
Yeah, you heard him initially when he broke through the doorway and then ran down the hallway off to the right, just for a few moments. And the clamoring that you heard were the guards
Yeah.
coming in their metal armor, rushing down the hallway from a different direction and coming through those doors momentarily after that. But no, it was just for a moment that you heard the beast,
Well, I'll just sort of, as there's a lull, raise my hand. Shouldn't someone be tending to the beast that escaped?
Yes, we will be. Myrllin speaks up. His brother Wodanaz is just kind of standing next to him, arms crossed, just kind of like nodding. We have to go after him.
We be.
Oh, he just looks over at Myrllin and Myrllin. The two of us, don't worry.
Okay.
I just need a moment with Hildy here. Before we leave, I've got to tell you just a few more things.
Oh my goodness.
Look, I've told you the most important parts. But what you need to know is how important it is your part in all of this is. This radiant crown that you're seeking, you've got to find it. And even if you don't survive the finding of it, the group must continue on. The strength of the four or five. Where was? There were 5.
Oh, the werewolf ate the girl.
She's right there.
The girl. Eva?
Perhaps, my dear. He looks over at Lizzie. Take hold of yourself.
Rex, you poor silly man.
It was only a human.
I'm gonna look for his. Did he have a magical dagger or anything?
Yep.
He would want me to have it.
He just.
And then she'll look up to here because he's close.
I was going to ask if you were looking for employment anyway, so I have no problem with you joining us.
Why? You don't know her. She couldn't even keep that fat guy alive.
She's one of my people.
You're so sweet to look after me.
I look at her butt for a horsetail.
I was more
Howl does the same.
of me.
She's looking at my butt.
Passively, no.
Sylvan.
Oh!
Sometimes I feel like you all don't even know me.
She'll look over at Lizzie and say,
I would like to know you, Centaur.
I look forward to making your acquaintance as well.
I'm Lizzie.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Hi, Lizzie. I'm Howell.
I'm Kevin.
This is Kevin.
He doesn't actually wave. He just kind of like symbolically, facially, emotionally waves. Whatever.
Forgot him. He's your own.
You remind me of somebody I used to know.
You're temporary.
She had better armor, though.
I travel light.
She got squished by a giant boulder, but then she got better.
Yeah, this is all nice and everything, but
Oh, what did you have to
we do
say?
need to be after these demons, Now, dig deep. Look, Lizzie, I'd love for you to hopefully join their group and help keep these folk alive. But it's up to you, of course, because you're probably going to die. Strange matters that we're after here. This radiant crown is what's required for the final elements of this quest that we're all on, really. And after Wodanaz and I, we go off and we take care of this werewolf, track him down and send him back to where he belongs, Infernal Plains. You don't realize what you're dealing with.
All right, where is it?
You don't have to follow the clues. But that needs to be your one and only objective, you and the rest of these folk that join you in this matter. The rewards will be great, of course. The survival of the world.
Can the big one have a puppy?
Well, which one's a big one?
Him.
Oh,
He had a dog once, but he fed it to a turtle.
Kevin, that's going to keep him quite busy, all on its own. I can assure you that.
Honestly, it's nice to have someone to talk to who's not senile or angsty.
Now, hopefully,
I'm
Biggie will work
angsty.
that out.
I don't feel like he was 60.
It sounds like a fantastic job. The kind of thing they would write books about.
Could very well be. In the meantime, Wodanaz and I will prepare the vessel. The final part of what this whole thing's about. Healing Mother Earth. Bringing her back to what's needed to prepare for the time of man. But that's another story. Anyways, think on it well, Digday. Think about what we spoke about.
Well, you said you had more to tell me.
I just told it to you.
That was it? Don't
There's
die?
not much more, but I just don't have the time. Walk with me, please. And he kind of turns and starts to walk toward the exit.
Question: when he said to return to what was the exact phrasing? To return.
Well,
to,
he said it very oddly.
Yeah, that's right.
Return to the preparation for the time of man.
The time of man. Oh, okay. I wouldn't know what that means, so it's not even worth it. It's like, yeah.
So
I will remember this.
Probably.
Hey. Does the time of man spark anything for Hildy?
you can roll history.
All right, I will. 16.
No, not at all.
No, not at all.
I mean, the 16's not terrible, but you're familiar with ages, where we're the ages past and how the Sylvan in particular, Lizzie and Dakir would be familiar with the Sylvan ages, and that currently in the age of the Golden Aspen. Maybe it's an age, the age of man. I mean, the following age of that time period, or maybe it's a previous age of that time period, of one of those time periods. You don't know.
Well, wait for me. By the way, we have to go down in the sewers.
Pardon me?
The source.
Well, there's some Verbus Enoch written on a wall.
Well, the Werdhom Enoch. Well, clearly you speak it. You understand it.
Well,
Strange that they call it that.
I don't want to.
Whether you like it or not, it's like as natural as water.
Is
He
it
seems
older than
confused.
water?
At some point, you're going to have to find yourself again, Digday.
I know.
You're not hiding anymore. We can't hide you anymore. You're living with what's occurred, and they know it, and they'll be after you. These creatures. They'll be sending everything they can to stop you. Remember that, and be careful.
Oh, joy.
As they exit, you're all following behind? Or just...
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
By this time, a few of the guards have stayed around. More priests have arrived to deal with those that have perished during the whole attack. The king and the queen have been taken out. Their sons and the high priestess have sent with them along with other guards. And as you walk out from, again, remember the ballroom is attached to the palace. It's not in the palace, so it's attached to it, and it's got its own gate. And as you walk out, there's this great courtyard, and there's basically a gilded fence all the way around, and so basically iron but gold. And beyond that, you can see that the commotion here has drawn just dozens and dozens of onlookers. They're being kept further away from the gate by more guards, dozens of guards, that just scores of them that are outside at this point. But there's this huge open area between the opening where where the carts all came up, or not carriages where they dropped you off and so forth. And that's where you kind of walk into, and you see all the carriages lined up. You don't see anybody standing with them. Any of the carriage drivers they're hiding, or they've moved off somewhere, they've run away. But more people are like congregating outside of this fence, this gate, because obviously something has gone on inside, and they see you all just kind of walk out, and all their eyes just kind of go to you. And then it's almost like a complete letdown because they have no fucking idea who you are. You know, it's not like the king queen or the crown prince just walked out. It's these nobodies, or to them, nobodies anyway, walk out. And as Myrllin pauses with Wodanaz and the rest of you behind, it's nighttime, by the way. So there's torches everywhere, lanterns here and there, just kind of like illuminating the central area of the courtyard. From out of the darkened sky, you hear, and then you can feel the wind pick up around you. You see the dust pluming up in the center, the dirt, and it's just quite extensive. And then out of the darkness, you see this great beast. Crimson scales, leather wings, horned head, tail.
Oh, son of a bitch.
You're going back inside.
It was him.
It's of this almost lizard-like creature, but with wings and massive as it descends upon the courtyard and lands. You can hear all the people that are outside the gate, you know, from yards and yards away, like, whoa, and some of them, you see a few screams as they start to take off. The more courageous ones stand and watch, just stunned and just absolutely shocked. And then another creature appears out of the night sky, but this one quietly, more stately, and it's jet black. It lands next to the dragon, and it appears to be initially a rather large horse, maybe 4 times the size of any horse you've ever seen. But this one has 8 legs.
Oh, Dakir. It's your god.
Oh, Myrllin! I think I'm gonna need one of those to help on this mission.
Oh, you think so, eh? Then we'll find you your own one day.
I had one once. Zombies hate it.
Myrllin, were you the one who flew down over Lao Greeley?
Oh, really? Not that long ago.
Son of a bitch, it was Myrllin the whole time.
I recall that. That was
The dragon turtle.
the dragon turtle.
That was the turtle he fed his dog to.
You fed your dog to it?
No, it ate my dog. It ate my dog.
Oh,
That's
it's
why
okay.
I was on the Lao hunting that son of... I'm sorry. I'm over it.
The creature was an awful creature, like the creature that we scare off in the ballroom there. The werewolf-looking thing. Not quite as threatening as Yalal, the werewolf. But the dragon turtle is a great beast on its own, and it too had its mind subjugated, but by a creature of much less threatening posture. But certainly could have done tremendous damage. Taken many lives on many ships. We were lucky to come across it when we did. I guess you'd had a roll with it as well.
We put down the one that was possessed. We were the ones who put it down.
Well, it saved me the
Mostly I
trouble.
did.
And then the even larger one came up, and that's about when you arrived.
Right, yes it was. Well, that's done for. Done and gone.
That was a whole lot of conversation that served no purpose.
We just saw a fucking dragon descend from the sky.
You already saw it.
It's
Yeah, a second time. If I had a nickel for it, I'd have 2, but it's weird that it happened twice.
Oh,
What's a nickel?
The silver coins, right?
Why not?
Oh, that's what Electrum is. It's just nickels.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just.
That's really good paint job on that.
Who did that?
It is. This is pretty.
I love
good
the
job.
I love the base too. It's really well done.
I think I made that dragon in Dragon Fable once.
Did you?
It's slip here.
Dragon Fable? Dragon Quest?
Well, you think you know his name, eh?
Is that Sleipnir?
Well, that's what I said, but I'm
Where my brain went. Yeah.
knowing Ravik, it's probably slip and eat.
It's actually Klepnir.
The S is silent.
Yeah. So
Slepnir, more like Wakefar. Thank you,
Bumblebee.
Spencer.
In Bumblebee, all the E's are silent. Yes.
Bumblebee?
E.
Bumblebee.
It's not a bumblebee.
E.
B.
Okay.
So as you're standing there, just gazing at the incredible creatures that have appeared out of the night sky, suddenly a familiar figure comes rushing across the courtyard, and you can see that it's Lucious,
Husband.
making a beeline for you, and he just literally throws himself on you, the Kier.
I'm like, I go to move, distracted by the obvious.
Make a deck save at disadvantage.
Yeah.
Because he surprised you out of nowhere.
I'm paying attention to him right then.
I'm so happy to see you survive these terrible creatures.
I was close.
What'd you roll?
7.
Not good enough. He's clinging to you tightly as he rushes up and gives you a great big hug.
Sounds interesting.
You kind of hear Wodanaz kind of speaking to Myrllin, making a comment. Thought I'd seen everything.
As you can see, we're dealing with a dragon. If you would like to go wait in your manor, we will meet you.
He is aware of the creatures, obviously, as he looks them over, but I guess perhaps he felt enough courage since you were standing there. And he hasn't let you go, but he does kind of like take just a cursory glance around at everybody more closely, and then he stops. His eyes just stop at Myrllin. Like, you're him. The first seeker that came to me 25 years ago. I am. I've changed a bit. Yes, it's been some years. I know I look much more fantastic perhaps than I did before back then, but I'm feeling well and you're looking good and I have a new friend here. This is the Kier. Have you met? Yes, I think we've met in passing here. Lucious is the name. I remember. Yes, I remember. That's where you'll be taking them then, down to the sewers to see the wall. And he's just still holding on to you tightly.
I'm like pushing him as they're having the conversation, trying to sneak away.
It doesn't seem to notice. But then he turns his attention back to you, Digby. And he just whispers, but not so quietly that nobody else can hear, as he says, be kind to Mora. Mora, after all. And just as he's about to speak more, Wodanaz just kind of pokes him in the ribs. Let her be. She'll find out soon enough. Myrllin just smiles and shrugs.
Well, I've only seen him once, maybe twice. Once, I think.
Oh, you'll be seeing him again, I'm sure. Not too long. Can't stay away for long. Not from you. Anyway, keep after the crown.
All
Take care of
right.
the vessel. Go after this creature now. We've got to go with us. He's got a good clip on us now.
Can I have one of your dragon scales?
I don't think Durgo would take too kindly to me taking
Can I
over the
ask
dragon.
him?
If you like.
I'll go up and pat the dragon on the leg and tell him I need to take one of his scales.
He's got a very serious countenance as he, clearly a large dragon of some years, has this huge, massive head just kind of bends down towards you. And you can feel the heat of his breath from his nostrils is literally right up to your face. Your hair just kind of back. He doesn't speak to you verbally, but in your mind, you do hear
He's gonna eat me.
him. You should be so lucky. No, let me keep in my scales, thank you. Even for a sister of Myrllin. Choose to keep my scales in place.
Well,
If you ever want dragons such as me to be... He doesn't refer to himself as like a mount. or as a pet. But you get the impression that, and that's what you get is more of an impression than words, that he sees himself as an equal to Myrllin, and that he's doing this out of some camaraderie.
Of course he does.
Learn the respect. His head just kind of goes back up, and he kind of moves off at an angle so that Myrllin could slowly just climb up on him. Could very well be. It's an interesting dynamic between these two.
Hildy's sister polymorphed permanently.
And there it is.
Spoilers.
What a way to ruin your books.
All right, Lucious, we're in a hurry.
It's just kind of, you see him trembling a little bit as the dragon begins to flap its wings and take flight. And in your mind, from Myrllin, this time you hear, remember Digday, your family.
As it starts to fly away, Hildy says,
You can go now.
The crowd is like, ooh, you just hear him, all eyes on Hildy now.
I she did it.
And Wodanaz on his 8-legged horse that just rises into the air and gallops, as if it's on a road off into the dark night sky. Takes off.
So I'm awkwardly still trying to practically have my crowbar at this point, trying to get him off.
Do we need to roll in athletics as a strength contest? Because we can.
Oh, I might actually win this one.
Oh yeah.
Oh, my athletics is actually pretty high. 22.
Okay. Yeah. So you easily kind of pry him off at this point, and he
You've rolled it.
doesn't seem to take affront at it in any way. At this point, he just kind of sees it. He relaxes a little bit, feeling like the danger has passed. The creature is dead. The creature is dead. Yes. The beast inside the
Oh
hole.
no.
No.
Where is it gone?
Oh, it could be anywhere.
It's not here.
It could be there.
Very good news. Very good news indeed.
It could be at your house.
No. It's not his house.
I was just going to suggest that perhaps Dikir and I should go have some refreshments and to relax.
okay.
We should have some alone time, perhaps, so you could tell me all about these
I
adventures
think
you had.
it's safe.
You have to take us to the sewer wall now.
Oh, yes, it was the agreement we had. Are you sure you don't want some rest? Some time alone, perhaps?
No.
The sooner the better, I
You
think.
feel him just stroking your back.
Nope. The sooner we get this done, the better. And I'll kind of smack his hand away.
I love it when you're this way. I don't hardly know you, and I just love it the way you act with me like this. You are a rough one.
Lizzie,
And Lizzie's slightly jealous.
Lizzie,
Yeah.
you said you were a bodyguard, correct?
Yes. And she's gonna pull out her rapier a little menacingly towards Lucius.
Oh, yes. Enoch, we shall go see it now if you like. Follow me.
She's
We
gonna
have some
get
time
to hear-
later.
I will pay you to guard my body.
Oh, you don't need to pay me.
Oh, Lord.
I think I just figured out what her deal is.
Oh, no.
Oh, is she Stockholmy?
Is she
Whoever you
another?
work for your?
Is she another centaur fetishist?
I swear to God.
Aren't they all? I mean, not everybody.
Wait till-
Everyone, not you!
Wait till Hildy hires her.
God damn it.
So he said, well, we cannot go this way. There's too many people. They will be gathering around, asking questions, and wanting to be involved too much in what is. You see how they all gaze at me. They all know me very well as the King's Chamberlain of the Balls. And the historian, of course. We shall go the back way. And rather than lead you back into the ballroom, he leads you off to the side and through a side door that connects with one of the corridors where that must connect to where the soldiers and the priestess and the king and queen sons, had come in earlier. So, and then back through a few hallways into another area that kind of basically perimeters the palace itself all the way to the back. And so it's a good hike. And you're going back through this area, exiting the palace through a guarded door. And you pass several guards along the way.
Hello.
Nobody has challenged any of you at all. And they seem to take deference, to Lucious. Just kind of bowing as he, moves through. Obviously, he's a court official. And is able to move through the palace quite easily. And then off through the back of the palace structure into just kind of a rough, corridor that leads off into a mountainous. The palace backs up to a wall and then mountain region that rises above, altitudes above the palace itself. And so the way that it's taking you, you feel like you've probably gone into that a little ways into the mountain and then down further, twisting around through these hallways until you finally leave the cavernous corridors into what look like structured corridors that have walls built of brick, still subterranean.
How old? Do you still have that light globe I gave you?
I do. Kevin, open up.
Wish you
Then you
I
just
brought
do
the
it-
light globe. Wish you would keep every
Toss it to Hildy.
Hildy's going to look
He's
at
an
it. and
extra
say,
dimensional space.
From now on, Howl is your master.
She's going to say howl as she casts the light cantrip on it and give it to Howl.
Okay.
Ah. Ooh. Howl.
It's really not that impressive.
Does it?
It's not impressive at all, Howard. You should not be. He has put up
But
so many schemes.
It's a torch with no oil.
Yeah, it's a light. It's a light.
Light
He
brought
rolls
us
his
out
eyes.
of the darkness.
Hildegard. Are you alright?
Yes.
I know that one of your primary objectives was dealing with Myrllin, and I
Well, apparently I was wrong.
just
Maybe.
like that.
No, not just like that, but makes a lot of sense. We should probably talk about it when your secret admirer isn't here.
Just
I met you, Lucious. When I said that,
He's busy
I was talking
striking
about
a
you.
torch, striking a torch as he just kind of looks over his shoulder.
Why do you need
What?
that?
What'd you
We
say?
have a light.
I prefer to carry my own torch if you don't mind.
All right.
Valid.
whatever keeps its hands full.
Oh, it only requires one hand, of course. And my other, I will hold yours if you like the gear and leads the way for you.
Actually, I think I'll scout the rear.
I would be sad if you would not.
I'm already backing. Like, I'm blowing my gates to.
His voice just kind of trails off. He's just like, we'll have time later, no worries. Follow me if you don't mind. And he leads you now to, it hasn't got dark yet. There have been torches and there have been, this has been lit areas. To what looks like an iron-bound, this iron-bound door, as he pulls out a key, unlocks it, and then starts to try and pull it out, but he can't quite pull it. Can I get some help here? This is a very heavy door.
You lean your back into it.
Yeah, that you could do it.
No, the cat can
Weak.
do
I
anything.
am incredibly weak.
Yes.
Here, Lucius, make good use of your second hand.
And I hand him the light globe. And I'm gonna try and yank the door.
Okay, roll in athletics.
13 plus.
Oh Jesus! Sorry, I answered it.
Got smaller dice, so none of us numbers.
I just like the comedic image of these two dice next to each other.
You can't see the die.
A number, for God's sake, just give me a number. 13, that's good enough.
I didn't remember the number.
13 was good enough.
Only was paper.
18.
13 is fine, it was enough. It's a good pull on it. It's just gonna go pop and he opens easily.
All right. Lucius.
Jolly
Lucius.
strong you are.
Yes, it's what a life of living out in the wilderness will do to you.
Where is Kevin, by the way?
Kevin's on my back.
Okay, strapped to you again. You hear this growling like.
Kevin?
I take the like globe from Lucius.
You have an animal in the box?
No. It's just got a bit of a temper.
It's the animal in the box.
The match
Yeah,
box?
the box. The box has a temper.
We caught a baby dragon and put it.
Well, I think it's a little reductive to call him a box. This is my friend Kevin, and I will flip around. So now my back's facing Lucius.
There's
So-
no get.
To this point, Lucius had not seen Kevin as a sentient creature. He hadn't seen the eyes, the mouth. I don't think he's had. There hadn't been any interaction
No.
with him in his presence.
Kevin was quiet around.
So he's like, oh, it's amazing. Where have you found such a thing?
Well, we kind of rescued him out in the ocean, out in the Strait of Hate, I believe.
And Kevin just has this mean look on his face, and he's just kind of like, "Arr," as he looks at Lucius.
At Lucius.
It's like,
And I flip back around. He's a little feisty, don't comment on it.
very well, very well. But he looks like he might bite.
Yeah, and Howell's gonna kind of slowly walk away from the group just to have a little sidebar with Kevin real quick.
Okay.
He'll do a put her thumb down.
He bit my thumb off.
Did you join this to Kevin?
No, I'm showing this to Lucius.
No, let me see. No, I cannot believe it. What happened to your thumb?
The box.
The box took your thumb.
Don't get too close to it.
I keep my thumbs.
Kevin,
Yes.
what seems to be the trouble?
I don't want him treating you like he does Dakir. It's not respectful whatsoever. You deserve better. You deserve much better than the way he treats Dakir.
Oh, Kevin.
I mean, Dakir is like an animal, in a way. He's part animal anyway, I suppose.
Kevin,
What?
it's a little reductive. You'll pop box.
Can I roll perception?
You start hearing this?
Kind of.
Yeah, you know perception.
Now I really would get rid of him, asshole. 18.
Damn it! You hear this? They're not as quiet as they want to be. Okay, barbarian and box talking. I'm trying to whisper. They're not.
Kevin, what's your damage? I don't like to kid.
I just kind of do like I was about to say something to Lizzie, and then I do a slow turn.
He smells too. He smells like an animal.
Kevin,
Yeah.
Kevin,
See if I can.
let's not comment on
If
people.
you telling me I smell like a box, I'd be all right with that. But he's
You heard
like
it.
I heard it as well.
He's a half horse. He knows like a half horse.
Wonderful.
Have you been downwind from him?
I have. To be fair, Kevin, I've smelled worse until recently.
So we rolled. Apparently everybody.
It's just so bad. No point in me walking away. There was no.
He went behind a small rock.
Do I notice that you guys notice? I don't even notice that they notice.
You know,
I rolled a 7.
even Lucius is like from the other side of the corridor. Like that's how obvious it is. Going on. He rolled an 18.
Kevin, don't worry. I will not allow that creepy fuck to touch and feel me up like Dakir does. Dakir doesn't have enough respect for himself, honestly.
I agree. He needs, and he seems to kind of want it. He wants the attention. He thrives on it.
I don't think he knows what he wants. I think he's allowing it because subconsciously he wants
It's the
experience.
centaur. I know it is. It's just the centaur. It's the Sylvan centaur in him. That's just the way they are. All of them. They exude it.
Even the elves?
Oh no, not the elves. They're quite like a new friend over there, Lizzie. Lizzie?
I'm gonna wait.
Oh, hey, Lizzie.
Oh, she can hear us.
Oh.
Oh, we can all hear you, dear.
You're not subtle.
It's like binary. Are you still on your bed?
I would, yeah.
You see,
change.
Kevin's eye just going. Now, it just all his entire face just disappears, and it just looks like a regular box.
The whole time he's just had his arms crossed, just sort of listening.
Don't listen to the box.
Dakir, I apologize. Me and Kevin both.
You do look a little bit like a walking bride of bed, but
Yeah. By the way, you are still wearing, although somewhat matted with blood and guts and brain.
I
and-
took some damage, so I imagine there's
Yeah,
a
that's some-
splash.
Oh, my shirt's
revealing your
Damn it.
your is it a hairy chest? We'll say.
Oh, I'm a twink.
Shaven.
I'm such a shit.
No wonder Lucius and others are so
Smooth
enamored.
centaur?
How many nipples do
Centaur.
centaurs have?
Do you like oil and lather? I mean, is it like
How many nipples do
shiny?
centaurs
Natural. I
have?
can grow a beard. Either.
Okay.
8.
All right.
All right.
2, 6.
I was the runt of the litter.
Oh, don't say that. I will see about that later.
It's just like a little vein that pops up in his forehead.
Are you attached?
This is a very long walk.
Well, you guys haven't even got down the door yet. The hound just like popped it open.
Popped it open and then walked away and just talk shit about Takir.
Yeah, and we've all just been standing there listening to it.
As a nice segue, as Lucius now is able to pull open the door further, you just hit with the stench of the sewers. And it's just nearly overwhelming as you begin to follow Lucius through
Oh, that
the dark
was me.
passages.
Sorry.
He leads you through it. He's like, holds for a moment, like, he brings out a white kerchief and just places it over his, soaking of course, places it over his mouth and nose, and with his torch raised high, he begins to lead you into the sewers.
Hildy, can you do anything about this smell?
It is awful and hot, humid.
I will use the prestidigitation cantrip to create a puff of wind that lasts for an hour.
I don't think you can do that with prestidigitation.
Yes, you can.
Prestidigitation.
Wind?
Small
It's
sensory
specific-
effects thing.
It specifically says
Okay.
Clean.
So what area of effect does that have? Like a square foot?
I think it just goes around all of us like an
cubic
ion
foot,
stone.
yeah.
A cubic foot
Yep, so around my head,
around your head.
there's a puff of air blowing.
How much space is in a nose, right? Like
You can't separate it.
you can't divvy it up.
God, don't
just has
follow the
to
Uncle
fit.
Mike logic.
Now
okay?
listen,
You can't stretch out a
I can
cubic foot.
create a handful of coins. They're not connected. As long as they fit in my palm, it works.
One prestidigitation spell.
Up to 1 cubic foot, it says.
Just has to fit. In
I
there.
can stretch that cubic foot out.
No.
What?
Let's not get into this again.
Hang on, prestidigitation is a concentration, right?
It just can't. You can
No,
stretch
it
out
just
as
says
long
up
as
to
it
1
doesn't
hour.
So you can
exceed
just cast it
one
5
foot.
times.
3.
Oh.
You can have up to 3. So you're putting these bubbles over whose head?
Well, Lizzie's gonna pull out a very.
To be fair, I requested it.
I'm gonna have a beautiful silken scarf out of my little backpack,
I'll-
and better than Lucius's, and I'm gonna cover my mouth and I'm gonna give one to you.
Oh.
I will give
It
one
suits you.
to me and one to Howl then.
Okay. All right. So nobody can see it. The rest of you still can detect the. I mean, you can still smell it a bit, but it's not as bad.
Why does it smell like a Buddha gnome?
Oh, sorry.
That rosemary.
And butter.
Smells like rosemary and asafoetida.
Lucius is not paying attention to any of this, as he's now about 10 feet down the hallway. But the effect of it is not nearly as bad on Howl and Hildy at this point.
Oh.
How long does that last?
10 minutes.
10 minutes, okay. It's a cantrip, so I assume you can just cast it as you want. Following him in?
Sure.
Every 10 minutes, it's just.
Hildy, again.
Yeah, you hear this wretch out. This dry.
Oh, it's even worse when you haven't been smelling it for a while.
But it does get worse. It gets worse. I mean, eventually, as you begin to descend down these subtle corridors that are slick, with God knows what, but they're slick and uneven. You're going down these sloping stairways that are like 30 feet wide at some points, sometimes moving down to 10 or 15 feet wide, sometimes splitting off. Corridors going in all different directions. Sometimes you see a little bit of light coming from a distant hallway or around a corner in the distance, but Lucius seems to know exactly where he's going.
How did you ever get down here?
You're up front with him?
Well, we're following him.
Yep. I have my reasons to come down here from time to time.
No, I don't mean why. I mean how.
Well, this is
You
one
look
way.
very weak.
Oh, well, I don't normally come through this way. This was just the best way to get around the crowds outside, and I thought it might be better if we came a more circuitous route.
Oh, okay.
It has been a very draining day, and so the door was just too much for me today. But in any case, you come to ledges and walkways that either parallel, skirt, or cross over these broad canals, subterranean canals, that are just filled with this lewd, slow-moving waste and rubbish. All pretty much one grayish brown color. You see very, very little distinction in it at all. There's no other light besides what you're carrying. And sometimes you're as high as 30 feet above these canals. You're only about half filled. They're moving very, very slowly, but you're moving with the very high arched ceilings. As you've gotten lower and lower, they seem to be moving towards some destination. Where, you don't know.
Should we be expecting any threats down here?
Well, what are in this? You know, maybe the rats?
I wonder if
If you'd
it's
like to come up here with
flammable.
me to care, I would have you we can protect each other. Look out for each other's
I
back.
think I can protect him just fine.
As do I. I believe it's all flammable.
Who are you, by the way?
I'm Lizzie.
Why are you here? You
She's
weren't here
our
before.
bodyguard.
What's body? There is no bodyguard.
We hired her.
When did you hire this beautiful lady?
Oh, when you were struggling with the door.
She
I'm
proved her mettle.
Rexus's girl. Well, was
Rexus.
Rexus.
Rexus, he is a man. How is Rexus doing?
Oh, he's doing poorly, unfortunately.
He's just laying around.
He's doing better than all of us.
He's dead.
It's
It cannot be. I'm so sad to hear this.
Me too.
I've not seen him some while. I was expecting to finally see him again after some time at the ball. I'm so sad to hear this. You are his bodyguard, you say?
Yeah.
Oh, your services are no longer needed. You make all now?
Well, now I'm.
We're in the middle of the fucking sewers. You have no idea how to get back up to the top. And he's dismissive.
no, absolutely not. She's under our.
Oh, yeah, we do not need you. The rest of you will just be fine. We don't need her. She's a beautiful elf woman. I'm sure she will find her way out herself.
Maybe we should consult Kiva on this.
I think she's doing poorly after the incident. She seems traumatized.
You okay, Kiva?
Just a little flat today.
Oh, right. So, but she looks happy.
There's that Kiva smile I've missed.
Must have gotten contact.
She hasn't noticed
that's what it
much.
is.
I like how she's still giving Ravek a side eye.
Yeah. Yeah, that was some unconscious design, I think.
I had to address the elephant in the room.
So, we don't need you. We really not necessary to care. We're good together. Your other friends are
I think Lizzie is an essential part of this process at the moment.
Indeed.
very well.
If nothing else, we have somebody else to push in front of the bad guys. I said, if nothing else.
And he said something else. Lucious would be first.
Don't worry, you're
Then you.
Lucius, then Kevin, then her.
Hey,
Hey,
Can we throw Kevin first?
act-
And then they would trip over it?
we're about to create
Absolutely.
We're about to bring new meaning to the phrase horse shit.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of it around here. So he just kind of like sighs, very well, continues to lead you through.
Speaking of, Hildy, do you have any more jars?
Yes.
Noted. I don't need one at the moment.
All right.
It's a strange question.
Listen,
time and place, how?
listen, always be prepared.
Do you want a potato?
Actually, I didn't have any of that roast pig before everything hit the fan.
All right.
It bites into it like an apple.
How old is this potato? This is like the one you got in. In Lioness the Fourth.
You remember when we got the bag of chickens?
Why is it all eyes? Chuck you into the river of shit.
And you hear this voice from behind. All of you, I'll transfer.
Kevin, Oh God, the prestidigitation wall! Oh God, it's both at once!
Oh, there he goes. That's bad. Lucious just staring at you guys, all of you, just kind of staring back
Oh,
at
I'm
you.
staring at them too. This is like the one time me and Lucius are next to each other, watching them. Like
Hildy's just following.
You feel the stroke in your back
potato.
again.
no, okay. Back.
Are you doing like a sidestep away? Is that what you're doing? Like the galloping sidestep?
I don't know if I can. I don't know if I physically can do that.
Oh, well. I don't.
You're crab walking as a horse.
Horses do this?
Yeah, they do.
I can cross their leg.
Yeah, you get a cross leg. I forget what it's called, but it's an
I think
actual
show
thing.
ponies, they train them to actually do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can do
This
as
is the
many
first
tricks.
time Dakir found out that he could sidestep. He's never tried to do the maneuver
Like a
before, but it just
break
comes
time, a little
naturally.
break
It's a
Look up Myrllin, the bullfighting horse.
Hmm?
There's a horse, a bullfighting horse named Myrllin, that can run sideways and backwards as fast as a bull can run forwards, and it will juke out bulls and spin in place. It's fucking awesome.
That does sound awesome.
You can train a horse to be a fucking badass.
Myrllin.
How'd we end up with you?
Now Lucian just finally
Best chance I get. Oh.
shakes his head and continues down.
See?
So
You want
need to
some
do here for
perfume?
while.
No, thank you.
I used to have an overly perfumed fur, but Kevin wouldn't keep it inside him.
Did you hear? Nope.
Is Kevin holding his breath too?
Yeah, he's not. It's almost like you hear him from inside the chest when he's not like present. You know, with his eyes and his mouth outside the animation of his being. Yeah, it kind of sounds like he's inside the chest. Strange effect, considering what he is.
I guess the wood is his bones.
I guess.
What's the biggest thing you've put in the magic box?
Uh,
Have you been in the box?
I don't think Kevin will open up right now, but no, I've never been in the box. That's a great idea.
Is it much longer, Lucius?
This is all while we're walking.
Fantastic.
And remember, this is actually a small box.
Yeah.
So to fit yourself in there might be quite a gnome would probably fit, but anything
What if
above a
we
gnome?
chopped off your arms and
Yeah, maybe
legs?
so.
We could have the most amazing circus act. Clown car? More like clown box.
That's right. Clown box, clown gnomes. How many gnomes can
You know,
fit in a
I think
box?
there's 4 gnomes somewhere on this continent that we could recruit.
I
Yeah.
read a story.
There's a talent show every year.
There was a woman and 8. No, they were dwarves. Anyway, it was a fantastic story.
Are you from Hades or the Emerald Isles?
From Kate, well, somebody took me think. Where? Yeah.
Yep, you're from the Isle of Gaddies.
Hades.
It's a thing she literally pulled out a sheet. Where am I from?
Well, I mean, it's a somewhat complicated question. That's what I remember growing up.
That was my home as well, but I've never heard of anyone busy or even close to that name.
Well, that's the only name that I know. Lizzie.
Was that your name you were born with?
Well, it's the name that was left with my locket from my parents. It says, for our Lizzie. And that's all I know, just Lizzie.
Interesting.
I never met anyone named Dakir before him.
You were from Hades.
You didn't ask me where I was from.
I don't think you know where you're from.
I know exactly where I'm from.
I don't think you know what race you are.
Of course I do.
You said you woke up in a cave all alone.
Well,
Thousands of years ago.
I had to go into the cave to wake up there.
Are you an orphan?
No, well, now maybe, I'm not sure. I wasn't an orphan when I started in Gaddies. That's where I'm from.
Maybe I'm not sure that I'm an orphan too.
Tell me you failed.
14 insight. That's that bullshit.
What do I need?
Well, you're
Deception?
Deception.
yeah,
or
you're trying to deceive.
Oh no.
I'm glad to see her feeling better. And then she's back.
Just as undecipherable.
I just don't want to talk about it in front of Lucius.
Very well.
He makes me nervous.
We'll have to discuss your origins some more. Maybe I knew your family.
Good plan.
He's about 10 feet ahead of the rest of you and doesn't seem to be paying much attention.
I'm not whispering.
Glancing back from time to time, he just rolled a really crappy perception. It seems to be focused on where he's going. For a moment, as you get a little bit deeper and deeper, he kind of begins to pause at every junction and look carefully at the floors, and then sometimes looking at the floor, sometimes looking at the wall on either left or right side. And then kind of nodding to himself with certainty as to which way to go, and then continues to go the direction that he chooses. As you move through these areas. Of course, the areas that are away from the canals filled with sludge are a lot less pungent than when you're going over them or next to them. And those become fewer and fewer as you seem to kind of get into areas that are just kind of like service areas or maybe areas that take you to the main sewer line that leads deeper into the city. Because remember, you're kind of on the outskirts of the city at this point. But you haven't seen another exit.
Are you lost?
No, I know exactly where I'm going. Don't worry. We're just on from the palace. It is very long distance to get to where we're going. Toward the, I think near the center of the city, perhaps.
We should have asked Myrllin to drop us off.
Who knows?
On this, be on the back of that thing.
I bet Howell could. He's pretty strong.
Yeah, I mean, you got some rope. We can test this theory.
Do you know if you tie a centaur to a barrel, they float?
I thought the problem was he
How do
didn't.
you know?
I've seen him floating.
Are we so desensitized that we can go through a ballroom of gore and viscera and werewolves slaughtering people that we're just...
Well, it didn't kill us. That's my defense mechanism.
No, but it was still a harrowing experience.
Takir, I've been silently losing my shit since I lost my dog.
Hasn't been silent.
No, it's pretty silent.
If it makes you feel
my
any better,
coping
Takir,
mechanism.
before you found me in Remy, I was very normal. Sane.
Insight check on that.
I don't even. The reports I've heard.
He believes me.
The reports I've heard. Not. Oh, yeah, 20.
20? Yeah, you don't. You don't believe him.
Well, wait. Does he believe that I believe? Hildy believes what she's saying.
Roll deception on yourself.
Yeah.
That's not deception.
No, you're against him.
I've also heard of your travels before.
Well, if you believe it, do you believe it? Do you believe that?
Yeah.
Is that what you believe?
Yeah.
Yeah, then I would
Hildy
agree.
believes she went crazy after the whole
Yeah,
Remy incident.
which may not be untrue. So, I mean, as with anything from Hildy,
Yeah.
there's some suspect around everything she says.
He like opens his mouth to say something and then just does like a mental prediction of how that conversation just stops.
Pretty much. But yeah, I mean, he seems sincere about what she's saying.
I'll walk up closer to Lucius and look over his shoulder. Are they looking for stuff?
When one of the points that he stops. Mm-hmm. Okay. He's got the torch up high, and he kind of moves it around at a junction going left and right, and he kind of moves it around the ground, moves it around the wall, just casting the light in certain areas, and then he notices that you're there. Yes. You're very close.
I am.
You are. Is there something I can help you with?
No, you're fine. Continue.
All right, very well. We're going this way. And he begins to go down.
Thank you.
She'll pat his back lightly.
He just glances back a few times as he moves on. Dakir, are you sure you don't want to walk up front with me?
I can't hear you.
You answered.
What?
Just a withering look. Glancing over at Hildy, withering more. Just continuing on, keeping his torch out front. And you come to another junction, and it's now a three-way split. One of them appears to be going down even further. Now, just to give you some perspective, what's everybody's perceptions? Passive perception?
11.
15?
11.
11?
Passive perception 11.
Okay. Yeah, for Lizzie and Hildy, you realize that although you've been passing a lot of area, you've gone some distance, some fair distance underneath, subterranean area, you haven't really descended that far. Maybe 50, 60 feet, and kind of risen a little bit toward the end, and then it's kind of like up and down in these very, very slow inclinations and declinations, as you move through these tunnels, but all still man-made. They're all bricked up and have nice, arched ceilings. As you get to this one branch, it has 3 corridors leading off. One seems to descend a little bit, and the other 2. This is where I normally come from, this side. And he points off to the right. We're going to down this middle one here, and very soon we will be not too far from our destination.
What's down to the left?
I do not know. I've never been down. I do not explore the tunnels. Maybe Dakir and I will someday.
Ignoring his comment.
I don't think you will.
So would that passage be quicker if we had to leave in a hurry?
Oh, yes. We will, when we leave here tonight, we will leave down this exit. Although it'll be very far from the palace, it will be, it'll take us up near the central area of the city, and then it'll be much easier to walk directly back to my home.
Can I see your torch a second, please?
Very well.
I'll put a smudge X on the wall with the torch and give it back.
That's in case you die before we come back.
And very stricken look at this point, as if he hadn't thought, what would I be dying of?
I don't know. It's a sewer.
Down here, dysentery?
With a bunch of people you don't know.
And a box.
At this point, he's looking at a pleading look at Dakir.
Dakir, as Hildy was marking it with her torch, she was pulling out chalk.
Oh, great, we could put a body outline.
But you're my friends, I thought. You're my
Oh, I probably won't be the one to kill you.
Oh, yeah, no, definitely not me.
Oh, I'm sure you'll be fine if you keep your hands to yourself.
Maybe.
At this point, he seems to withdraw a bit.
Oh my god! He got the other son!
Oddly enough, he believes you as he looks over and he just, with fright, he almost bolts when he's, oh, your 2 thumbs, they are gone. That's terrible. What shall we do? How will you?
It's okay. Twelfth Day can regrow their thumbs.
They can only grow their thumbs. I never heard of it.
Yeah, she does it every week.
Every week?
Yeah,
He
show him, Hildy.
performs every week?
Show him, Hildy.
And he believed it.
And this guy is like the head librarian or what? Were you rolling?
Historian.
After this, I think librarian.
Lizzie just rolled to see if she believed it too.
He doesn't know a whole lot about Plot the Day, though. Yeah, so you're like a little bit astounded, too. As his thumbs suddenly reappear.
Speaking to care, isn't this show worth
Our
it?
group has been entrusted to save the world.
He literally swoons. And at this point, he's just like hanging off of Dakir. I don't know if I can go further. Maybe we should go back to my house in West. Come back here tomorrow. Yes?
Oh, once we see the sewer writing, that's a good idea.
Well, get it over with. He takes his torch and he just humbly, quietly, fearfully starts to move down the corridor, dark corridor, looking back.
I'll walk behind him, rubbing his back, saying, "You got this. You can do it."
It's not helping. Maybe I'll take care, will do it, and I would be helpful, but maybe even Hallow, I wouldn't mind, but
Hildegard seems to have.
Hey, Lizzie, I'll give you a gold coin if you go massage his back.
Who's back?
Lucious,
No, thank you.
I'll give you 2.
No, thank you.
Thank you.
I'm only doing this because you do it to my friend, and he likes it less than you do.
it's not true. He reacts with, he shivers. He shivers when I touch him.
That's not a shiver. That's a shudder.
Oh no, he's quite easily a shiver, I can tell.
2 gold?
No, why? Hold still.
I'll come over and stick her tongue in his ear.
Live for like a copper a day.
That's enough of this. No, we go now. We go now.
That's what it feels like when you touch him.
No, I do not believe this.
Me.
I do not believe this.
Not.
Zakir very uncharacteristically has like a big smile on his face.
Until he's like torturing this guy.
See, Takir, you got yours.
I did.
And he starts to, he's a big guy. And he starts to kind of run, kind of that half jog, as he's moving. You can hear like slipper. No, he's wearing his finery now. So it's like clack, 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 clack on the,
Oh, let's pick up the pace, boys and girls.
on the tiles.
Boob, tap shoes.
Yes, pretty much. And I mean, if you were to look closely, who knows? They may actually be made of hooves. The heels made of hooves.
Very alarming.
They get trimmed. They get trimmed.
Now, where are we in? We have Lucius up front. We have Hildy right next to
right
him.
behind him.
Then you guys are bringing up the back, the rear.
I'm Caboose.
I'm Caboose.
You're Caboose?
I'm Caboose.
You're like
I'm
fighting for
heroic
Caboose.
fucker as possible.
Fine, I guess I'm penultimate cut.
I'm next,
Second from the
I'm next
back.
to Dakir, so I'll just be watching the magic.
We got 2 Caboose. Yeah, you guys will have fun.
We kind of like, I don't know. Kevin's kind of like a Caboose,
Kevin.
literally bringing up the rear.
Kevin.
Oh, wait, actually, that's a good point. Hey, Kevin, would you be able to kind of like hold this and I'll like place the orb like kind of on top of it?
Oh, that went out a long time ago.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Oh.
10
My
minutes.
last.
Why am I still holding it?
I don't know.
The fuck, Hildy?
Have you said the magic word?
Howl.
I think it's saying it
If I
right.
could put it back in the box.
I just did.
Yeah, he opens up to me.
I went howl, and it didn't work, and I'm like disinterested.
You said it wrong.
Howl.
You're not pronouncing it right.
Howl.
So again, it's dark, and the only thing you're hearing in this whole place when you're in the corridors, which are somewhat more narrowed now to about 10 feet wide, as you're moving in the direction you are now, wherever you're going, to find this wall that's underground. It's quiet. Darkness all around. You're not seeing any more peekings of light coming from anywhere. The only light that I guess is the torch that he's carrying. And you see this kind of ring, he's ringed in this light, with Hildy about 10 feet ahead of the rest of you bringing up the rear.
I am going to reach back into Kevin, into him. Jesus. That wasn't incorrect. And I'm gonna pull out the glowing scimitar.
Now, when you tell me this, are you like asking him for what you want?
Yeah.
Okay.
Kevin, glowing sword.
Yeah. Okay. So he opens and presents it to you.
Fantastic.
And now, so we have an extra little pool of light now. In the
Okay.
back.
All right. So, yeah. So that acts like
I believe it's 30 feet. You didn't give me a stat card for that one. You gave me one for the spear.
for the sword. Oh, that has a glow effect like a torch. So
Okay,
20 and 20.
cool.
20 bright,
Cool.
20.
Cool. Good to know.
So yeah. So that'll kind of connect with the dim light of the bright light of the torch ahead, so that you guys are traveling in light. This area doesn't seem to be as traveled as some of the other areas. Obviously you didn't see anybody else down here, but you could easily see that there has been some passage through the dust and grime, in the muck, footprints and so forth, tracks, booted tracks, most likely the people that actually have to maintain the sewer and keep it clean and running and efficient, and so forth. But as you're moving down this corridor, there is a branch off to the right, and then just ahead a branch off to the left. He continues going off straight, but just as you pass the branch from the right, you see the flash of metal. You behind in the back see the flash of metal, and Hilda, you feel pressure against your side as you're struck twice and penetrated by a sharp object, and take a little bit of damage.
I don't want to take a little bit of damage.
As you're surprised, everybody's actually surprised that this happens, and she cries out as she is inflicted with pain from this wound, taking...
Hildy's immune to surprise.
Is he alert?
Immune to what?
Surprise. No, she's not.
No, I didn't think so.
I am.
Is that some new feature with level 7? 26 points of damage.
That's not a little.
What the fuck?
Sneak attack, baby.
It's like
From the first strike.
Second one's not gonna be as bad.
It's like all of her health.
Second one's not gonna be as bad.
The second one's offhand, right? So let no modifier.
But it's not gonna have sneak attack.
And 14 from the second one.
Well, after having the first one, can I use repel for the second one when I feel...
Reaction,
Are they
no,
both
not a surprise, yeah.
Okay.
It's just one attack. You're being struck twice.
Alrighty.
And I need you to make a con save.
Hang on, the second one was 14, you
14,
said?
yep.
On save.
Does repel act like shield?
Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
it should be against
Mental
all
shield.
attacks. It adds to your lasts to your next round, your next turn.
No, but I don't think... Can you...
No, if you're
If you use your
surprised,
reaction, but the shields, if it's like shield,
if
the
you're
shield
surprised,
stays up.
No,
if
no,
you're
I know that.
surprised, can you take a reaction though?
Yeah, I don't think you can take a reaction. on
right,
surprise.
That's what he was saying.
Because we're on an initiative.
If he did it to me, I can use my reaction to fly into a rage, and I'm not surprised.
Right.
Yeah.
That would be a natural 1.
A natural 1. Okay.
Did we just lose the main character?
Oh, no.
Yes.
It's kind of funny because Myrllin just said, if something happens to Hildy, make sure the rest of them keep going without it.
Oh no!
That was a little.
I don't.
32 points of poison damage.
Okay.
And you are under the effect of condition of poison at this point.
Please.
Are you still up?
She's a
No.
shit.
Okay, so you hit the ground. We're going to the initiative, but before we go to initiative, we're gonna take a break. So we'll see what happens. What we've gotten ourselves into when we come back. We'll see you in a minute.
Bye bye.
All right.
So how does my magic locket work? Would she have felt it vibrating that danger was near at that point? I have a magic locket that vibrates and I can never be surprised.
Okay. Yes, that's different. So it's not going to affect anything with Hildy because she doesn't have that locket, but it may give you an opportunity to react prior to the initiative. So go ahead and
Wait, I'm right behind Hildy, right?
no, you
Yeah.
you guys are like separated a little bit.
We're a little separate, but I'm the next one next to her.
Yeah, then you would be the next one, and then it would be Lizzie, right?
Me and Lizzie are walking side by side.
Okay, all right. So we'll get it set up, and so
Yeah.
once you see all that, since you can't be surprised, then I'm gonna give you a turn as soon as we start, and then we'll go on the initiative order, which will include you. So
Hang on. I need to make a...
So if I saw
roll.
that flash, since I have my 7th level feature now, I can bonus action rage to not be surprised. That wouldn't have done anything.
well, the surprise was the whatever happened. Let's say it's stealth.
Yeah.
Was higher than your passives.
Yeah.
So you guys are surprised, except in your case. So it wouldn't affect anybody else. Just for the flavor of what's happening, you're seeing this.
I see the impact.
Yeah, and then you're going into initiative. Yeah. Right. Yeah, she probably to the ground. So, all right. So we'll get that set up after the break.
I have to roll a d20
For what?
for my one of my
Natural one?
special abilities. No, that's a D30.
Oh,
But
Are we on break yet?
almost, almost.
I thought.
Kind of.
I almost muted my mic.
nothing happened. I died.
Now we're on break. All right.
See you in a bit. I got up and left.
That's all right. We're working through this. We're making it.
We were discussing mechanics.
Yes, yes.
Thank you.
right, so here we are. We've got things in motion as Hildy has just been shanked.
Reduced to 1 hit point.
Reduced to 1? No. So she's not down.
I thought she had 70 hit
I
points.
know, it's like 70 hit points.
It's been a week. You don't know. Well,
She did level up to 7.
More of the poison damage.
She did level up to 7. It's the first time he's ever used D&D Beyond. You know, I had to get his girlfriend to help him, and I had my 7-year-old in case, you know, we needed additional.
It's okay. Hildy took 4 levels of barbarian.
Yeah, that'll do it. So Hildy's down, and you guys are in this corridor in the sewer, and watch as she just crumbles. Now, Lizzie, having a magical effect that allows her to realize when there is danger nearby, she's not surprised, has just an inkling as it happens that something bad is going down, and does not suffer the context of surprise. So, how would you like to react to this situation where you just see Hildy get hit by what appears to be a blade out of the dark from that corridor?
Lizzie is going
Put it on the map.
throw a hand out to Takir and say, stand back! And I'm going to run up and attack with my rapier.
What are you attacking?
Whatever that splash thing was.
Okay, so Hildy's on the ground. Go ahead and knock her over. She's gone prone. You don't see anybody standing over her, but you want to run up there?
Yeah.
Okay.
You said we saw like the flash of steel.
Yes.
Yeah,
right?
Yes.
Which, if that triggers surprise on us, then Howl would immediately like fly into a rage
Yeah, so you're all surprised, but before we go into initiative,
because she has the extra.
yeah, she's got that extra thing at the beginning. So you want to run up there?
Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead and run up there. Move your mini up there next to her. You remember you can rotate the map if you want.
Lazy Susan.
Yep. So you get right up there next to her, and as you look over her body, you see what appears to be a dark figure, as the light is down the corridor on both sides, not really shining around the corner into this narrow corridor, just retracting into the darkness. You want to make an attack on it?
Yeah, sure. I'll cast Firebolt at it.
Firebolt. Okay.
Ooh.
So make an attack at disadvantage. You have dark vision though.
I do.
Okay, no, it's not a disadvantage.
Well, then I choose that one.
Well,
Do I just roll again?
would she roll again, or would she take the higher one?
Take your high one.
Okay. So it's a 10.
A 10? Okay, and so your firebolt, as it streaks forward, you're a bit unnerved by this shadowy figure that you see. With your dark vision, it's a little bit compromised by the torchlight. And so you're seeing the outline of it. It's enough that you're able to make your attack without disadvantage. And your firebolt just goes askew, impacting the wall behind it. You see it kind of jump at that. And now we go into initiative, unless there was something else you had.
Can I see it any more clearly when the firebolt hits the wall behind it?
Yeah, I guess you would. You're still not at a disadvantage, but what you're seeing is, but the size of a humanoid figure. It looks like the hazy outline of a cloak-wearing figure.
Lucious's partner.
Just one. One figure.
Yes, you only see one figure, and he just kind of moved. He's in the process of moving back during this turn. Did you do everything you were able to do on your turn?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Now we're rolling initiative.
Now we're rolling initiative.
No. I'm rolling great. I hope it doesn't stop when I want to attack something.
These dice are in sync.
Oh boy.
Okay. Anybody over 20?
Yeah.
Yes.
What'd you get?
21.
23.
23. Okay, so Lizzie. All right, and then we have Dakir at 21. Over 15.
19.
Okay. And go ahead and roll. What's your initiative for Hildy?
5.
Okay.
Fitting.
Yeah.
All right.
Can we roll for Kiva?
No.
She's off in the moon somewhere.
She can heal.
No, Kiva's not with you right now. Okay, so. All right, so Lizzie, you come up first in the initiative order. So what are you gonna do as a follow-up?
I'm gonna. He's still there. It's still there in the hallway, or it's gone.
Yeah, you can still see it. It's in the process of receding.
I'm not going down that hallway, so.
It's at this point you would have to probably. Well, no, you have the initiative, so it's exactly where you left it. It's still within reach, 5 feet.
So yeah, so I'll do firebolt again.
Another firebolt. Okay.
That is 22.
22. Okay, you see the bolt of fiery energy hit its center mass, and you hear as if a suppressed yelp, like ah! And you can see that the clothing, the cloak, the clothing beyond is kind of like burnt a bit into the flesh. What's your damage?
12.
12 points. Okay. All right. All right. Anything else from Lizzie?
Yeah, and then I'm gonna use my movement to kind of go back around the corner and put my back to the wall, so I'm not just standing in the hallway.
You do have that new war magic feature. So you can use your bonus action to attack.
I'm not going down that hallway.
He's 5 feet away from you. You can.
Oh, can I? He's still only 5 feet?
Yeah, he's 5 feet away from you.
Oh, okay. Well, then I can do the rapier attack.
Well, no, I'm thinking rapier. I'm thinking you're attacking with. I'm sorry. I'm thinking you're attacking with your sword, but you're using fire bolts. My intention was to have him right here, which would be 5 feet between you. Otherwise, you would have had disadvantage on the fire bolts
Okay.
because of the range.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's got to be 5
So
feet
I'm
away.
gonna throw myself back around and flatten myself against the wall, and I'm gonna say, this figure in the hallway, the cloak. He took out Hildy.
Okay, and so she makes this announcement. That's going to bring up figure. So that
You're welcome.
Hildy's down.
Well, I don't know that we have to phrase it like that.
Down. She's down.
Okay.
Hildy's a little under the weather.
And nobody is within sight of the figure. So I'm going to take him off the board for a minute. Because nobody can see down that corridor right now. Not even Hildy. So, okay. So let's
What
get bring
about
it.
Lucious?
Lucious is a step ahead.
Oh.
So, in the next 5 foot square. So, that's going to bring up to Kier.
These corridors here are only 5 feet wide.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to, at Lizzie saying there's someone down that hallway, I'm going to dart ahead 20, 25. So when I get here, what do I see?
As you look down, you don't have dark vision, do you? So,
Don't believe so.
nope. So the light is splashing into the corridor a little bit. You just see a dark corridor ahead.
Okay. We move forward a little bit more. 30, 35. Still nothing?
No. Mm-mm.
Okay.
Now the corridor keeps going straight for a good distance. So you don't have any dark vision whatsoever. So you can only see like 5 feet ahead of you right now.
All right. He'll stop right there, kind of gallop to a stop.
Trample attack.
Shit. And he'll turn around.
Yeah. And if you guys decide to go further down there, I'll update the map.
Yeah.
So
no, I go down a little bit, realize I don't see anything or anyone, and I turn back and start heading back that way.
okay.
Oh, actually, I'm within 5 feet of Hildy. I'll do a medicine check
Okay.
to see if I can stabilize her. I rolled an 11.
11, no. No, you can see that she's bleeding profusely from 2 stab wounds. That's obvious. Or at least you're seeing that, blood is flowing from that area of her side.
I'm trying to dig through the wrinkles to find where the actual cut is.
Yeah, that may take some time. So anything else from Dakira? Hal?
Immediately, 10, 15 to Hildy. And Kevin, gem. And I'm going to pull out my last healing gem.
Okay.
And I'm going to press it between Hildy's hands and just crush it.
Okay. All right. Go and roll your healing for that.
Which, that should be D4 or D... how many D4s is that one? Because it's a regular healing.
So it's 2d4 plus 2.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so bad.
Oh, what? And by the way, when you crush the gem, you can use it exactly as a healing. So you don't have to actually crush it on her, just so you...
Oh!
Yeah, but just as long as you're within contact with her as you crush it,
Okay.
Just like a healing spell.
Yeah. Crush it. She gets 4 hit points back.
Okay, well,
Yay.
Minimum healing.
that's going to stabilize you, bring you back to consciousness.
Yeah.
It's your turn. Anything else from Hal?
That's all I got.
Okay. All right. Hildy, you don't have to make a death save.
Yay.
What are you doing? As you come back to consciousness, realizing you've just been stabbed twice.
Hildy's gonna take out a red Atlantean healing stone and crush it. Heal himself. Go fuck.
Wow, these healing stones are coming in.
How much was it? 2d4?
2d4.
Assuming his was the same as
2.
yours.
As
I think
long
you
as
got 6 of them, right? So
I had 6 of them. I believe that was
Hild-
my last one.
yeah.
Hildy has 2. This is the first one she's using. 4 points plus 2, you said?
Yep.
6 points. Yay.
Okay. All right. So you're lying down there, bleeding profusely on the floor. You've healed yourself a little bit with the gem. So what next?
That was my action. I guess I will get up and take my half movement to go hide behind Lizzie.
Okay. Okay.
There's just one of them.
They're a bunch. I think it was a gang.
So it's gonna bring you to the top of the order with Lizzie.
Well, I can see in the dark, so I'm going to take my...
Well, Hal, you had the torch, right?
The
so
sword.
Okay.
Got 20/20.
So you're still there's more light cascading down the corridor than before.
Grab that dandy bastard. He led us into a trap.
What's Lizzie gonna do?
I'm going to go get the dandy bastard. I'm going to take my full movement down the hallway into wherever we are.
Oh, the other dandy bastard.
Bastard.
I love that.
Oh, you're talking about
Lucious.
Lucius.
Lucious.
Nah, go
Lucius
for it, girl.
did,
Go for it,
Lucius
girl.
did nothing, even after the attack.
Well, if you look at him, he's just in shock right now. He's like, oh,
He hasn't run away.
he hasn't run away.
Totally in character for Lizzie to think Hildy was talking about the guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Either or. But
But
Hildy did
totally in
mean
shock right now, as far as you can tell.
No, Lizzie's going to go down the hallway.
Okay. How far do you want to go down? Initially.
Past where we are now.
Okay, so right now, just to give you some perspective,
The hallway to Cure's in, right?
Right, yeah.
yeah, so you're gonna go further down.
Okay.
Gotta squeeze past the centaur.
Yeah,
Just 30 feet, I guess.
which you can
to
do,
the
but
end.
it goes further though.
Seen a mini.
Yep. I'm running out of map space. Oh, dear. This is where it ends. And so the thing working against your dark vision right now is the oh shit. Oh, this,
The ocean.
yeah, the oh shit. Is the torchlight. And so it doesn't give you quite the amount of
I'm going to call shenanigans.
Really?
Yep.
Why?
Because you had said Lucious moved 5 feet forward and could not see down the hallway. If he has no line of sight to the hallway would have no line of sight to his torch.
No, he's 5 feet ahead of you guys, so his torch is not relevant here.
That was the only torch.
No. Hal's got a torch.
My sword is a torch.
Yeah.
He said torch. All right.
Well, he called it a torch.
I withdraw my shenanigans.
Using the UK torch.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a flashlight.
Right.
Or
so
as the Marines call it.
sword, to be far more verbally
I
correct.
don't know what to believe in.
They call sneakers go fasters.
I don't believe you.
Google it.
You and Mike have.
I would
too much
never lie to you.
shenanigans.
Who
I would
says that?
never lie to you.
You just did like 10 minutes ago.
I didn't. That was a different.
You agree
Who
with
thought
his.
sneakers go fast?
Marines.
That was his other personality.
That was Howell. He was bleeding into Gus for a little bit.
You better never go unconscious, because Kevin's not going to be there when you wake up.
Same goes for you, buddy. Kevin won't be there when you wake up because we'll leave you.
Okay.
Oh no, whatever will I do?
Die and bleed out.
If I wake up and I'm not bleeding out.
No, you just won't wake up.
Okay, here we go.
At the mercy of the rats and the vultures.
Hildegard would never let you.
I feel like if Hildy thought you were dead, she would just walk away.
She probably cut off one foot.
Like, oh no,
She cut
I need to
off my
find
legs
another
as a snack.
centaur.
She'd be eating one of my legs as a turkey leg.
Takir, dear, you're not supposed to die here.
So that's as far as I'm going to go with that right now. Let's see. So,
Oh no.
yeah, so you can see that it kind of tees. At the end, it's about as far, I mean, that's as far as your dark vision can see anyway, as you move up into the corridor.
I don't like this guy. He's using my tactics against me.
You think so?
It's annoying.
I feel like this.
This is gonna run up here so you can look.
I feel like Hildy wasn't the one meant to be stabbed.
Okay, do you have more movement?
No, but that's all I'm gonna go.
Okay. All right. So at this point, then you see the corridor leading to the left and the right, and as you approach the amulet that you're wearing, does it work all the time?
Yeah.
Passively.
As long as
Okay.
I'm wearing it.
Right. Okay.
Right.
I couldn't remember the detail on that. So, as you approach the end of the corridor and you see that it tees off in both directions, you feel that tingling sensation again. Have you used all your actions, movement, and everything?
Do I see anything? Way or the other? If I look both ways?
What's your passive? 13? Okay, no. Just complete, with your dark vision, just kind of adjusting to the darker from the light from the sword behind you. Looking down left and right, there's still some like grayer, darker areas, but you're not seeing anything down either corridor.
So she'll just call back and say, I don't see anything. And then that's it. What do I do? I'm not gonna go.
Is that it for your turn?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just gonna report back.
Your passive is 15? 13. That was 15.
Now, since she's newer, I'm going to tell it there is something you can do. You've only moved, you haven't done an action. You can say, I hold my action, and then you tell him what you want to hold and what the condition to set it off is. So you can be like, I hold my, if I see something attack me, I'm going to dodge out of the way. If I see somebody come up to me, I'm going to stab them. It's called holding your action.
Gotcha.
And you also can just take the dodge action.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you have to give him a condition that sets off a held action.
Okay. Well, if I see someone coming at me again, then I will try to evade them, dodge them.
Okay. All right. All right.
That's the chainsaw.
Oh, you got chainsawed?
Yeah,
Okay.
not really.
So-
I tripped and landed on one that was sitting in my garage.
Oh. Wait,
And I was like,
That's a
ow.
lot less
I
interesting.
was like, ow.
I was like, damn, Mike, like, and you saved your finger?
In from the left corridor, but you would have to actually, for a dodge action to work.
If you just take the dodge action, everything just has disadvantage again.
Right, right. But I'm just thinking but what if she's surprised? But she can't be surprised because he's wearing the amulet.
Yeah.
So you know that there's danger. Okay. All right. So that'll pair things out a little bit. So very swiftly out of the darkness, the figure appears once more. You can see these brandishing two short swords that he flashes out and makes 2 attacks on you.
They're very sharp.
Wow. Okay. Does a 26 hit?
Yeah.
And a 23.
Just today. Yeah.
23 hits as well?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So both of these strikes with the short sword hit you.
Those are both with disadvantage?
Do I have any points from last time?
Which means no sneak attack.
I
At
don't know,
least.
you
we
need to ask
leave?
him where are your spells.
No sneak attack
Oh,
though,
I do have shield.
because disadvantage.
Yeah.
That's what I was just gonna say.
Yeah. Can I cast shield?
Yeah, but it wouldn't work for the first attack. I don't know if you want to waste it on just the one. Although,
Did get
pretty, he did. He did 72 points of damage.
She saw you fall, so I'll cast shield reaction.
Yeah. So the disadvantage was offset. You're casting a shield reaction?
It only blocks the second one.
The second one. Okay. All right. So then,
Saved you
yeah.
probably 40 hit points though.
And I need to
Do I
make a
have
con
any-
save.
Am I still under the same hit points that we were at the end of the ball, or am I gaining back again since then?
Did you level up to 7?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then whatever you
You're
have.
all your full points back.
Yes. Oh no. You haven't. Rested.
Whatever got added to your total.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
So yeah, but if you rolled or if it was when you leveled up. Bless you.
Sorry. Thank you.
Okay. So from the one sword strike that
rolled an
hits,
8?
you take 8 points of piercing. No, not more than that. 21 points of piercing damage. Okay. And you need to make a con save. What'd you roll? 18. Okay. All right. And so for a moment you're feeling sickened and ill, and you feel the effects of poison running through your veins, but your body is able to slough it off so that you're not affected, take any damage or affected beyond this turn because of it, or even this turn.
Do we hear her squeak up the hallway?
She would certainly cry out in pain as she was struck by the one,
No, keep a number 2.
but something else is happening at this point.
Oh, something else is happening at this point.
I don't know. She's another woman bodyguard.
Okay, there it is.
She is another woman that we hired.
7 more. Appear more.
I don't know if we hire people.
And in a voice
Just
that
higher.
it sounds creepy. It's definitely
Nowadays.
doesn't sound like a female voice, like a male voice. It's the old one must die.
Who?
You see, you were wrong.
Oh, you were the target.
Hildy?
It said the old one must die.
Old one.
Okay.
Because your ears come to a point.
So you feel the secondary effect or tertiary effect after you manage to save against the poison is that you feel a spasm go through your body. And you are stunned until the end of your next turn. So that's going to end there. Okay, so that's going to bring up Dakir. You hear a shout from down the corridor where Lizzie just rests in the darkness.
Help!
I'm gonna dart that way. So that's 5, 10, 15. Do I see anything?
Okay.
I'm right behind this.
Yeah, so when you get up to that point, you can only see as far as the light spills into the next corridor from Howl's sword, and it's dim, right? But it is like 30, 40 feet, yeah. So as you get up to that point, standing over her body, looking to the left and right, you don't see anything or anybody.
Can I roll a perception check to see if I can hear footsteps going from?
Yeah,
you?
absolutely, absolutely.
Nat 20.
Nat 20, nice.
21.
So as you were approaching, you heard something scuff against the wall. Some movement off to the left side of the corridor.
Kyle, down the corridor to the left.
So you're left.
His left.
Yeah. So I'll announce that to the rest of the party, letting Hal know that it's down the corridor to the left. It's 20, 25, 30.
As you move past Lizzie, you realize that she's kind of like not reacting, like, you know, moving out of the way. She's like just almost stiff in a way. She's just not getting out of the way.
I pause for a second, but keep moving. So let me 35, 40.
Okay, stop.
Okay.
There you're confronted by a figure in the shadows. Just kind of like he's like up against the wall. Just so you see him as you come around. But he's not hidden.
I think I know how to do this.
But wait a minute, it's completely dark for you, isn't it?
Now, yeah.
Yeah, so you don't see anything.
I'll keep moving then.
Okay.
Do I run
Do
into
you have
him?
more movement?
Yeah.
Then you're gonna run right into him at this point. You're just gonna go like bowling into him.
Trample attack.
So go and make an athletics.
Be a warhorse.
But it costs 7 swamp.
It's cocked.
Nice.
Not 20.
Or acrobatic.
Confirm that.
Either athletics or acrobatic. But it doesn't matter. You rolled a nat 20.
I rolled in at 26.
Good mana tap, good mana tap.
You get to roll D30 or that's
Probably
No,
using damn
that's not
twisty
that
lands.
Yeah.
What?
He's using damn twisty
This is like a basically a unprovoked grapple or shove. You know, so you actually bowl over him. You feel something, you know, not so much beneath your hooves, but you definitely feel like you just shoved a body aside, and it kind of reels off to the right, but you don't see. You can't see, you know, beyond 5 feet in front of you, and even then, you're just in complete darkness. It's just you're still going to be in a blind fighting situation if you want to attack. But you do know that there is something that you just ran over.
All right.
Off to your right. So if you want to make a attack at disadvantage, you can.
I will ready an action for Howl to come here. I'm gonna keep yelling, I got him, Cal, over here! And I have a ready action for when I see, because Howl has a light.
Right.
When I see Howl and he flanks with me or he's nearby, I'll ready an attack for that.
Okay. All right. Got it. You're up, Hal.
Howell is going to hear Dakir yell, and he's gonna yell spear to Kevin and grab the spear out of it.
It's up.
So now I have light sword in one hand, spear in the other. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Push past Lizzie.
Weirdly unreactive. So cold. She's frigid.
So now I'm in the hall. Light is flashing down, and I see left. I see these two.
Yeah. So with the light, you're able to see the figure. He's just kind of been pushed aside. He's not prone, but he's just kind of pushed against the other wall. With Dakir now able to see. Surprise.
Grab him, buddy.
Perhaps what you're facing.
Is that all your? Well, I guess.
Well, you have your ready action that
Yep.
procs when you have light.
So when you-
Yeah.
It happens at the same time. It happens at the same.
Oh, when I'm flanking with you? Well, buddy, I only got 40 feet of
Well,
movement.
no, actually, he's correct, because as soon as the light is there,
Yeah.
and you can see, is when you would attack.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
But you're ready to attack.
You're right. 14 probably misses.
14, no, you miss. Swishing down.
That's all I can do.
Okay.
I held
all right.
action.
Cool. And seeing Dakir miss spectacularly.
It wasn't that bad.
Well, it was. I mean, he was
pretty close.
close against the wall from your dagger.
It was spectacular in the correct. Howl with spear in one hand thinks about it, Gonna chuck that shit.
You chuck this.
I'm chucking the shit out of him.
right, make
Can that be
it-
reckless? Because it is strength.
If it's strength, I think it can be. I think strength attacks are what.
I think so.
When you make your first attack, you can decide to attack. Yeah. Oh, on melee weapons.
Oh, okay.
melee,
It says
yeah.
melee only.
I'm glad I kept reading.
Yeah.
Keeping us honest, I guess.
Because I don't remember all this shit.
Oh, you son of a fucking bitch.
What'd you roll? No, one?
No.
Another one?
No, not a one.
Two
No.
ones?
That's a 14 to hit.
That's a 14 to miss. As the spear goes ting, 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 spectacularly down the hallway.
Ah, but now the guy's backlit, so you can see him even better.
No, the
Fear
sword
of
is
the
what
sword.
glows. Shit. Well, I have a second attack. I'm gonna spit at him.
From 30 feet away.
Yeah. You're
Just for the hell of it, roll in athletics.
athletic.
Or acrobatics, actually.
Oh.
Would be more appropriate, I think.
I am in between.
But it could be the strength of your lungs. Yeah. Either way.
I got advantage on that. I'm raging.
There you go. Take the strength.
I needed that. 16.
16. You want
Not rocket.
right on the side. Right on the side of this.
I don't know. Greatest spit record is 93 feet.
Well, that's a pretty long way to spit.
Also, we know that I'm not just a normal human.
But no splat. You see it hit his cloak and just kind of looks, glances over to. Ah,
Your marks now. Not gonna lose your scent.
kidding me?
Al gets feral.
Yes, he does. Is that it from Al?
That's all I got.
Spitting and all. All right, Hildy.
Hildy's
Are
going
you still on the
to.
ground?
What?
No.
Hildy's going to run and grab Lucious.
Lucius is still. Yeah, okay. What are you going to do when you get to Lucius?
Put a dagger up against his neck and say, "What the hell are you doing?"
What are you doing? What are you doing? What's nothing? What was that? What was that?
You led us into a trap.
No, shut. He's shaking. Like a.
I've got him, boys.
Or should I say he's quivering? No, shaking. In that instance, he's shaking.
Jiggling.
Jiggling, yes. You hear the multiple jewelry just kind of rattling on him.
Okay.
It could be an act. Who knows? What do you want to do? You got him? You're holding him? He's not trying to stop you from holding him. He's not
We're gonna come back
resisting.
to a dead.
All right. Then that would be what? Uncontested grapple.
Yeah.
All right. Drag him down the hall where they are.
Okay, half movement.
All right. Could you move me
Which means it was
10 feet? I was well, I died in the hall.
Yeah, but you got dragged, didn't?
Nope. I hid behind her.
Yeah.
She was here. So I hid behind
Oh, because Spencer moved you before.
her. Yeah.
So then,
Like 10 feet down the hall, the most. Not very far.
so 5 feet that way. It's 15. 25.
Okay. And I will go full luminosity.
Okay, all right. He starts to shake him. What you doing? Where are you taking me? He's absolutely petrified at this point. Anything else from Hildy?
No, that's all I can do.
Okay, so at this point, Lucius starts to call out for Dakir. Dakir, help me!
I'm not paying attention to him.
Okay, now he's trying to get away from you. He's trying to like break the grapple that you have. It was uncontested. He didn't realize what was happening, and now he wants to try and get away from you and run to where he saw Dakir go down the hallway.
Okay.
So athletics.
Alrighty. What do I gotta be?
I can tell you what you got to be yet.
13.
13, you beat it. You're
right.
still holding him.
Wow.
You had to be a 10.
Hildy's strength is 8. She's mad.
Yeah, you know, it's like two butterflies pulling against each other. You know, just it's none of you even realize what's happening. They're just like vibrating, you know, together. As
The
they,
most horrifying image in my head was when she grappled him, her boobs went around him.
it wasn't that type of grapple. Yeah, so there's the grapple of the meek. And that brings the top of the round with Lizzie. So you're still stunned until the end of this round, and under the stun condition, I don't think you can do anything.
Just burn a turn.
Yeah, just kind of burning a turn.
That's why monks are annoying.
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, that's going to kind of bring it to the end for you. I think you're basically you're incapacitated. Can't move. You can speak. You can speak.
Okay, so I'm gonna say, Hildy, stay back.
Exactly like that. Okay. All right. Now the figure that was just spat upon is none too happy with that, but his attention right now is on Dakir. He's got his swords in hand. He's going to attempt to strike at you with those.
Duck and weave, duck and weave.
I don't know. I think this guy's gonna kill all of us.
He could party way.
Okay. Ooh, I don't think he did well at a 13 and a 16.
16 won it.
Oh, 16 does. Okay. Yeah, so he didn't.
Down goes the
I
key.
roll for a make Constitution save. You take 4 points of piercing damage initially.
Oh, Constitution save is 21.
21. Okay. And again, you feel that sick feeling for just a moment before your body's able to overcome it. But otherwise, 4 points of damage from the one blade that does manage to hit you.
I'll take it.
And he's going to. He's not an idiot. Yeah, I think he's going to try and get away at this point.
That one on the opportunity attack.
No, he's disengaging.
Oh, hey! Oh, that's for me.
Yeah, he raises your average by like 3.
All right, so depending on if you guys pursue him, we may need to change the map a little bit. But he's in the darkness again. So, all right, so that's going to be, he just runs into the dark. Able to disengage. So apparently he's got a little bit of talent. That's going to bring up here.
I'm gonna hold till after Howl.
Okay, hold what?
Hold my turn.
Well, you can hold an action.
You can't hold your turn anymore?
You can't hold, when could you hold your turn?
In every previous version of D&D, you can hold your turn and you move your initiative
You can't move your initiative.
down. Oh, okay. Fair enough.
You can hold an action. Your action, but it's just one act. You
Yeah,
can't
that
move.
used to be called readying an action, and then there was hold, which you moved your initiative till a certain time. But
No, I'm not familiar with that in 5e.
maybe not 5e.
Yeah, but in any case, you can use your action to either move, attack.
Do you hold a dash?
No, you can hold a movement.
Because it is the dash action.
It's a dash
That's
action.
what I
but-
mean.
Yes, but, but it's using two. It's using your movement and your action.
Right.
Oh.
I'm gonna take
There's a
the
dash, so
I'm gonna take the dodge action. I'm gonna just keep moving down this hall.
Good. I like it.
toward him
Yeah.
in the dark. Okay.
Yeah.
Make a dexterity save.
15.
15. All right, so you find yourself kind of careening into the wall, you know, and kind of scraping against it as you're going, and you realize that there is the corridor
Turns.
feels like it continues, but you also feel an opening to the left. That's what you're finding in the darkness. Anything else from?
Well, I only moved 10 feet.
Oh, okay. So did you want to?
I'm gonna turn left.
You want to turn? Okay, so you're gonna hug the wall. So
He's just trusting his instincts at this point, and he's gonna turn left. Yeah. So yeah,
What would I do?
I have an arm out while I'm running my short sword in one hand, and I'm just feeling along the wall.
okay, all right. So you're basically running blindly
Yep.
at this point. Okay,
Off
so
the
you're
ledge.
got it. All right, so I may go ahead and change the map a little bit. So let me do that real quick as we're getting into a situation where it's kind of running.
It says they removed delay turn to simplify actions, because if everybody could just delay their turn, initiative wouldn't matter.
That's a good point.
Not. If you could only delay down.
If everybody could hold their turn
Yeah.
and decide when they wanted to do it, there'd be no need for initiative.
I guess that's true, but there's very few situations where I would think everybody wanted to hold their turn.
Unless there was a bard or a cleric in the party and you're waiting for buffs.
Isn't
and stuff.
isn't it in like second edition that you can kind of choose the order that things happen, because like ranged attacks, melee attacks, spells all resolve at different times in the same turn?
Don't know the answer.
So Dakir, you're taking a left.
Esoteric.
Okay.
Turn left down the opening.
All right. So as you turn left down the opening,
He is purely trusting his instincts at this point.
yeah, you're gonna have to purely make another dex. What was your dex save earlier?
15.
15. Because for one full movement, really, it was 15. You shouldn't have to make more than one save unless this is an extraordinary situation. But what you encounter here,
It was 18. I'm sorry.
18.
was
Okay,
looking-
you still keep the same roll. As you encounter stairs leading down.
I can't.
So
I can't do so.
you can't do stairs. You gotta stop. Like finish. Nope. Done.
I can go up. I can't go down.
It's not a fucking ladder. Imagine that. No, but
Kill handsome Jack.
with the 18 dexterity, you manage to stay on your feet as you suddenly encounter stairs going down. How much movement do you have left?
Like 25.
Okay, so for the stairs go down 10 feet.
Okay.
So if at the bottom of the stairs, the corridor continues as you're holding. You don't know if there's any openings to the right if you're holding the left side wall.
Okay.
But you know it continues straight from there.
I'll keep going. I'll go down the stairs and then 5 more feet down the corridor.
Okay.
If I don't hit him at that point, then he didn't go this way.
Okay. All right.
Because there's no way he's faster than me.
Yeah, no possible fucking way he's faster than you.
Damn, he did juke you.
He did.
That's actually going to go below.
I'll head down the corridor. Don't turn left.
So you can go ahead and move yourself up another, 10 feet then to the
15.
bottom of the stairway,
Yeah, 50.
which are 15, yeah. And then that'll bring you to there. Got it. Okay. That's it for Dakir then?
Yeah.
All right, Hal.
Hal is going to he's going to continue along. Oh man, you guys got so fucking far. Go
Told you he was
5,
faster than you.
10, 15. He's going to pick up his spear whenever he comes along that. 20,
Okay.
25.
It's shattered on the floor. No,
35, 40.
no.
40 gets me to right there. So now he has the light of the scimitar. Quick look down left. Do I see anything further down?
You see a horse's butt.
Because now I can see 40 feet.
Yeah, it continues to curve around. And so you're going to be able to see,
Yeah.
a little bit further down, but not a tremendous distance. Where am I?
God, this is what it's like fighting a fucking rogue.
Yeah, it's
Is this what I've been doing, people?
Yeah.
Luckily, we're all too smart to split the party.
If only we had somebody who knew
the
how a
squishies
rogue
alone.
thinks and knew their tactics, could counterbalance.
it's going to become a very complicated map in a second.
Already.
We're going to go into levels here, so
Ah, shit.
maybe. We'll see. We'll see. Because you guys have been making a lot of noise.
Shit.
Boys.
Okay, so down this hallway here, as you kind of have some light now to...
20 bright, 20 dim.
That's right. Okay. You see the figure pressed up against the wall here.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
You guys were right here. Okay, sorry, he's actually pretty
I
close.
was about to say, this dude is.
Damn, bro.
Yeah, he's right there.
Just missed him.
I was expecting you to run into him again. But you took a left, which is fine.
My instincts let me wrong.
Yeah, so your light illuminates him.
Cool.
Did you have to dash for that?
No, I didn't. That was
Okay,
just
so
my
what are you
base
gonna do? You
movement.
see him standing there, kind of pressed against the
There's
wall.
5 feet between us, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't a spear have reach?
No.
Yeah.
No?
I don't believe so. I think it's pike and halberds.
I thought a spear was a
Definitely
pole
not.
arm.
So did I. I thought
It is, but I don't think it has reach.
it had reach.
Not us all going to Google right now.
I know. It's like,
The advantage of a
2060 throne.
ranged thrown, yeah. So the advantage of a spear is that you can throw it.
but so it has no melee reach.
Doesn't have reach.
Range weapon.
Weird, because you kill mammoths with fucking spears, right?
Do mammoths have reach?
You have to go to the butthole.
That's one way to go.
Shit. This is.
Oh, so that's as far as you can go right now, huh?
Yeah, unless I dash, but then he can just fucking disengage. Sorry, I'm thinking. I didn't expect him to be so close.
Is the
I was
corridor-
expecting to dash past him.
Yeah, is the corridor as wide as it is on the map?
They're 5 feet.
Okay.
I moved the walls out a little bit so you could see
Yeah.
better. But except for the main corridor you've been on is 10 feet wide.
Rip it open back up.
I'm gonna drop the scimitar on the ground, and I'm gonna chuck the spear.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
And yeah, you get 5 feet of distance between you, so it's not a disadvantage.
I believe that is 19 to hit.
Yeah, that's a hit.
Cool. Now-
As the spear penetrates, you can see that it can kind of, through this wispy cloak, and as it kind of shifts over, ripping through some of the fabric, you see that he's wearing this very nice studded leather underneath, well-oiled, black as night. Even the studs are black.
Damn it, that sucks. So he's gonna take 9 points of piercing damage and 4 points of radiant damage.
Okay. Is there like a splash of light or something when it hits?
I don't know, man. You made the weapon.
Oh, it's that one. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the radiant part of it just kind of illuminates him for a moment when it hits. So total of 9? Or 9 and 4?
9 and 4.
9 and 4.
9 piercing, 4 radiant.
Okay.
Oh, can I proc the totem on thrown weapon, or does that have to be melee?
I think it has to be melee, doesn't it?
Okay.
If you
Yeah.
find out otherwise, but
Then that's my turn. I don't want to hold up. I don't want to hold
that's
up
not my
combat
totem.
damage.
That's a
Your-
barbarian ability.
No, that's the one that we modified.
Yeah, the
But
one
it's still
that's
based
my
on-
my MacGuffin item or whatever. The one
Oh,
given to me.
okay.
That's why. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that would be weird. So no.
Yeah. Although we could skin it when it's a thrown weapon, it's an eagle, because I now got the eagle things.
You're not getting cutscene attack.
I know.
I just want to be a Dynasty Warriors character.
For real.
Now the Legends on Paper Phoenix comes out.
I do have a second attack, so I'm going to spit at him again.
Okay.
20
Was it a net 20?
total, but 20.
It gets on his cheek, it's down and flats on his cheek. He's like, "What have you been eating?" Clearly unhappy.
Raw potatoes.
We got we're in the sewers and it's stinky in here. So it hardly even notices except for the gooey nastiness of it. Hildy, what are you doing? You've got
He rubs his cheek and it's just still connected as he
Like-
pulls his hand away.
elastic.
I am going to keep shuffling us down the hall,
Okay.
hollering, "Boys! Boys, I have him!"
Unhand me, unhand me!
So,
You old witch! Why are you dragging me?
we're going down here where Lizzie is.
Lucious is being impolite.
I have dropped the scimitar, so if you want to.
You dashing?
I have a sword.
Yeah.
Can I
This one
dash
blows.
carrying somebody?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's just you're moving 30 feet.
And you can wield it in one hand.
you
It's a
know,
light weapon.
So that's your move.
Then yeah,
That's a good.
Okay. And I guess that's it for Hildy then? Dragging him down?
that's it.
Gaming.
So Lucius is going to once again attempt to break free as he's continuing.
Yeah.
Dekir, please!
Wanna get-
Dekir! This oh, bad! You won't let me go!
Dekir's underground.
13.
Kira has bigger.
He doesn't know.
Dekir's downstairs.
I'm not
Roll
even
an
listening
18.
to that.
All right.
So he's going to somehow miraculously, through some twist of weird fate, break Hildy's grip
And run into
and
Lizzie.
run. And he has no idea which way he went, but Hal's got the light on this side, so he would be presumably. Whoa! There's a stun Lizzie.
Probably see just the
You're
fate
not
is
stunned
below.
anymore though, so if you have reaction. 15.
So if she's not stunned anymore, does she get an area attack of opportunity when he runs by?
Guy, it's a reaction.
You now consider him an enemy, then yeah, but so it's gonna be at the top of the round for Lizzie.
They already lost the king. They're gonna lose the historian too.
He's getting away.
Don't worry about him. They mean to kill
And
you.
he's howling down the corridor. The gear! As he's running. Clack, 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 clack.
I am focused on what's immediately happening in front of
Sounds
me.
like high heels on tile. Clack, 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 clack.
I'm imagining a Hanna-Barbera cartoon when they run.
Yeah, kind of like
I'm gonna have
that.
nightmares. It's gonna be like I'm in a silent hallway and all I hear is
What's Lizzie gonna do?
Lizzie is going to
Lucious just push by you.
tell Hildy, hey here, they mean to kill you, and she's gonna call in the hallway, they mean to kill Hildy! And she's going to stay here with Hildy in the hallway.
Let them.
To be fair.
She's
To
gonna
be fair.
come back just a little bit.
Okay.
So she's just in the hallway. She's gonna flatten Hildy out and stand in front of her so she can kind of
Oh.
be in the hallway both ways.
Some serious guard stuff going on, huh?
Just in case.
Okay.
Just in case she gets a tingly locket again.
Just in case.
Wondering that all loops.
Well, the good news is we have plenty of light now.
Yeah.
Because Hildy's got full illumination on.
See if there's anything.
That's it?
It's a mix of natural and like
Okay.
made.
All right. So this guy he's up and he sees Hal right in front of him.
Come on, big boy. I did just spit on him twice.
And threw swords or spears near him. Okay.
I'm attuned to it. I'm not worried.
All right. He just for a moment, you can see his eyes just flash with rage and anger as he looks at you. And then he seems to kind of recover himself. And just with a flourish of his cape, just runs down the corridor further.
Pussy.
Yeah, he runs around the corner.
Might just be a big circle though, and he just comes back from the other.
Yeah, he's gonna come back and stab Hildy in the ass.
But let me set this up so you have an idea of what's happening. These things are kind of the map.
How high is the ceiling?
Here they're about just above the top of your head. In this corridor here, they're about between 15 and 20 feet high down the main corridors. But in these smaller ones, and you have more height here, you get about 15 feet in the stairwell where it's going down.
You gonna fly?
It's gonna try to jump up. I'm off.
You're down on a stick.
I'm very fast.
He's gonna jump backwards up the staircase.
Lizzie won't be sad to miss that.
But he's very fast.
So he gets out of sight
Well,
around the corner here, and there's no opportunity attack or anything. I'm gonna put these here for
So
now.
he disengaged. I know there was 5 people.
You know, he probably could attack too, but right now he's running. So he's moving further down the corridor beyond your sight, beyond the sight of or the illumination of your sword as well. Your perception, your perception, Hal, is 11 or 13?
Passive 11.
Passive, yeah. just roll a perception.
Natural 20.
Did you really?
Which is, I think I have a negative modifier on it though. No,
but it isn't-
21 total.
It's still a nat 20. It's a nat 20.
11.
You don't have to roll anything else. You don't have to add any modifiers. It's a nat 20 to succeed.
Yeah.
I mean,
You don't step on the caltrops.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
As he disappears around the corner, you hear what sounds like
Oh. Yeah, either walked into his own trap or fell.
Or he pulled the spear out of his body.
Ah,
well, he would have done that before he ran.
Yeah, fair enough.
just here.
And then kind of a sigh. It's very quiet. It's like you might not have heard it otherwise. Just your keen hearing at that moment picked it up.
Okay. Gotcha.
The second assassin killed him.
So, is Takir, you're up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you didn't hear any of that. All you know is that Hal is looking down the corridor with a very frustrated look on his face. And you hear Lucious calling for you loudly,
I don't hear
echoing
that.
down this subterranean hallway.
It's be 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. God damn, this dude is fast.
You also were 20 feet downstairs.
Yeah. Oh, could I have picked up Hal's glowing scimitar on my way up the stairs?
He's holding it.
No, he dropped
No, I dropped it on the floor.
Oh, that's
before I
right. You
threw
did
the
drop
spear.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, free action, pick it up if you want.
Yeah, I'll kind of reach down and grab it as I'm going so I can finally see.
Okay. But what are you carrying?
I had a free hand to feel the wall.
Okay.
With the sword, I don't need to do.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So, bonus action dash.
What's gonna work? Teamwork.
Yeah, when you have to use an action to pick up something like that nature, then you are either storing a weapon to take another weapon, or pick up or to draw or whatever. Or instead, you can just drop the weapon you're carrying and then pull out a new weapon.
But if I
Assuming
have
it's not
a
like
free
a
hand,
backpack.
They,
grab.
and they are
Yeah,
both
that's the
light.
thing.
Yeah, and they're both light weapons too.
Yeah,
So
so
it's,
so you don't have to use like two-handed, whatever. So that's the way that works. It was the Kier got. Oh, I can't see on the map.
Takir got all the way to
All
him.
right,
Where did
I
you?
bonus action dash to catch up with him.
Okay, all right. So you're trying to get all the way up to where he is. You get the movement to get around the corner
Yeah.
with the
Bonus action dash,
Okay.
I have like 30 feet to spare.
Okay, when you get around the corner, he is right there at the corner, and so you kind of like gotta put on the brakes. Your hooves, little booties skidding across the tile. The light, you can see him illuminated immediately around the corner as you come barreling over. Stopping there, you can see he's got the hood is down. At this time, in these few milliseconds, you're seeing he's got this brown curly hair. He's got dark eyebrows. He looks like he's probably in his 30s, a male.
He's dead, isn't he?
He doesn't. He's standing.
Oh.
He's standing there. His eyes are open, staring at you as you come around. But his arms holding the swords are down by his sides. And just as you come around, his grip loosens. Clang, clang. The swords hit the ground. And his eyes are just glazed. What are you doing?
I'm like pausing mid-swing at his neck, and then I stop, my hand shaking.
Why stop?
He doesn't have an action to attack.
Oh.
Oh wait, no, you do.
Yeah. But
Rogue.
can I just tell, like, in all that, the instant that it takes for me to kind of gather all that, can I tell he's dead?
I mean,
I'll keep going then.
what I described.
I'll slice. Attack roll of 21.
Okay, you hit. You had advantage, by the way.
Huh?
You have advantage, by the way.
Oh, cool. So I
In
already
case you roll a nat 20.
20.
Yeah.
I did!
Did you really? What the fuck dice are you guys using tonight?
They're using metal dice.
That's wild.
I'm using plastic tiny dice.
Didn't we outlaw,
But
metal and plastic tiny dice,
To be fair, I rolled the nat 20 on this
and
big
big black cobalt dice.
but
So we banned it all.
I rolled the nat 20 on a dead guy, so it's not going to make that big of a difference.
Well, he could be like
a
a skeletal warrior or something. He's not skeletal. That'd be weird.
If he was skeletal, he needs to take 2 more d8 of damage.
No, he takes half damage because it's a bladed weapon.
Well,
No, it's radiant. It's a
He's wearing a
less spear.
man suit.
does extra
5
damage
is
against
34.
eagles.
So I know it doesn't matter, but for posterity, it's 38 points of damage.
With that nat 20, as you come around, somewhat surprised at what you see, you know, him standing so closely in front of you and just dropping his swords, a clank clank, just accentuating the calls of Lucious in the background. Then that 20, you watch as his head separates from his body. And you complete your follow through with the blade, and as you come back to set, the head just kind of topples over, replaced by the face of a woman. Dark hair, kind of graying. She's got a smirk on her face and slight tilt of a smile. And you realize in that second
You know who it
that
is.
she's looking over the decapitated body from behind. So it's a really freaky moment where it's like you took his head and hers appeared there, but she was behind him the whole time.
Do I recognize her?
Yes, you do.
Shoot, was that one graying?
I don't know. I'm
Was
just
that it?
assuming.
And she says, "Were you looking for this one?" She appears to be about 60, but in great athletic shape. I mean, she just looks like she's in prime condition.
Look. Yeah. I have a feeling I recognize her, but I'm not sure. Okay. I will just sort of pause, looking at her, put the blade down.
Right.
I'm just quietly staring at her.
And she's just kind of smiling as she starts to let the body go, and it starts to just, you know, collapse over. And you can see she's wearing this like bodysuit of leather armor. You know, it's just like plastered to her body. This black cloak with a hood on it. You see that there's several silver type, maybe daggers. You know, the hilts of daggers that are sticking out of various belts and so forth. She's got a long dirk that the body is sliding off of, and you can see that it's kind of held high, and as the body tips over, blood is just gushing out from its back, and you can see that it's a long cut up the back of the spine.
Oof.
And the body just keels over, headless now. And that's going to bring us to the Howl.
Howl is grabbing the spear, and it's the second verse, same as the first. Damn, bro.
Do I have time to shout something over my shoulder or no?
Not after all that.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
30, 35, 40, dash action.
Fuck you. Why now?
55, 60. Oh, it's a party over here.
Yeah.
Does she look like the fat man's daughter? Or the woman I saw in the vision that I had at Kirky's?
She doesn't look like that woman. The woman that you saw in the vision was more your type.
Right.
Furs and all that.
30.
This one has much more sharper features.
You mean sexy?
But
Whatever.
roll a history.
Roll a history.
I didn't get it all.
I did that woman. 5. I have proficiency in history.
Alrighty then. Okay.
Nice to meet you for the first time.
Nice to meet you again for the first time. Yeah, 5 isn't gonna do you any good.
Huh? And seeing the.
But what
dark-
you're seeing is the woman is standing there casually with a casual. Can you just turn that so you can see? Hopefully, let me go with a. Yeah, it's not a terrible angle. Let me see if I got a better angle that shows up a little nicer. Oops. Okay, so maybe now you can turn it a little better, and
Or
Maybe we just go back to the first one. we
the
had.
map is not conducive.
Yeah, this-
Oh, the overhead probably.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah, that's probably the best angle we're gonna get.
Yeah, for now. Yes, and so she's standing there with the dirk in one hand and her hand on her hip, and just looking casually with this smirk on her face, as you see this decapitated body of the figure that you guys have been chasing at her feet. What are you doing when you arrive?
I have no more. I have no attack action because I had to dash to get there.
Oh, so that's what I heard. Friend or foe?
That depends. And before we get, are you done with? That's it. Your turn, right?
That's all I got.
Okay, so it's her turn. It's her turn. She's in. This is where she presents in the turn order. Someone nasty is looking for you. It's a good thing I caught him. My name is Sion.
Sion.
I'm the fat man's daughter. Doesn't look like the girls you met before.
No, it's another one.
No,
Nope, we meant a younger one.
We met the mean one. This is
So
the crazy
the other
one.
one's the Raven. This one is probably somebody else. Or
Oh,
right,
okay.
Raven?
So it's not the Raven that we met.
you met
Oh, it's-
Weskelin, who they call the Raven.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the one that was in the Coliseum. Okay, got it.
What?
Yes.
How do you spell her name?
Sion. Scion.
Scion. Mm-hmm. Oh, Sion.
But she pronounces it as Sion.
Yeah.
And
She does.
She lives in Ravik's room.
so
I hate her.
we've been expecting you. Made quite a bit of noise down here. And she just kind of stands expectantly, almost kind of like looking behind you. Where is she?
She.
The old one?
We can retrieve her.
Well, why don't we all gather together and get you safely to where you need to be?
Well, no. Hand you your scimitar back. Put my blade away.
Spear goes in Kevin. Sword stays out.
So Hildy and Lucius at this point, Hildy is up next in the turn order. You're back around the corner,
They're having a grapple fight.
and Lucius is still charging down the corridor, hollering for Dakir. What are you doing?
Chasing him, yelling, "I'm gonna get you!"
This is so Looney Tunes. It's like
Don't
with
go.
a hammer.
I told you not to go.
All right.
And I'm yelling, "Boys, boys!"
So do we need to say an initiative for this, or
For the comedic aspect of that, that'd be hilarious.
so? When you guys come around the corner with Sion following you, running into Lucius, as once again he is attempting to grasp onto you. You want to rebuff him or allow him to?
I have the rogue's head in one hand.
Oh, that stops him. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's like, whoa.
Oh, and I'm digging through his pockets before I follow them.
Okay, all right. Go ahead and make an investigation.
I'm great at that.
I am pretty good at that.
What'd you roll?
At 16 plus something.
Wow.
16 plus 1, 0.
Okay,
Zero something.
so 16. We'll give it that. So you find a pouch, a small pouch. Ooh. You can hear the clink of coin inside, maybe something else.
Grab me a scimitar. I'm proficient.
The things that are obvious, the two short swords that he dropped.
Oh, they're short. Never mind. I'm not.
He does have 2 daggers in his belt that you notice right away. There is also 16. Even though the cloak took some damage from your spear and so forth as it, penetrated and went through
And then the dirk, too.
the dirk, yeah, the cloak. The cloak, in comparison to the armor, is tattered. It looks like it just took an enormous amount of beating. Doesn't look like it's worth much, even if you mended it. But the armor itself, again, as it were penetrated, by the dirk and your spear and so forth, looks like it's still in pretty damn good shape. There's some property to it that has not so much mended it, but seems like it'd still be serviceable, and in a strong way. It's master class.
Metal, leather.
It's leather, studded leather is what he's
Studded
wearing.
leather.
Yeah.
Cool. I can't wear that, but
I know somebody that wears studded leather.
I do too. And if she's a good girl, she'll get.
Are you taking the leather armor off? Or you're leaving it on him?
I'm gonna do a full strip down of him. Yeah. I'm gonna take
Okay.
it,
So
yeah.
while you're doing that, and he's walking
Stuff
around,
goes in Kevin. It'll take me a couple minutes.
yeah, Sion just kind of steps lightly over him with Dakir, following Dakir around the corner. Lucius goes rushing up and tries, before he even tries to give you a hug, seeing the head that you're
Yeah, I
carrying.
just see that in his
Yeah.
face.
Oh, you got him. You got him. Hey, Puna, you got him. You're my hero.
Quick, he's getting away.
It was my new.
Hildy comes rushing around the corner. Seeing you holding the head, Lucius just gazing at you in wonder and.
He's just running with a dagger in her hands, like.
Slap him with your stick.
He'll tack one.
Exactly.
If he stopped,
Yeah,
he stopped when he saw a head yet.
Yeah,
He'll
he
tack
stopped.
one.
Okay, great.
It's slow motion. He's looking at everybody.
She was firing spells off at Myrllin.
Of course, she wanted this guy
Go roll in
alive.
athletics or in acrobatics, whichever you
No, I'm
prefer.
saying, of course she's gonna tackle him. No hesitation.
Me. 14.
14. So he's not looking at you. He hears you coming, but he kind of like puts you out of his mind as you're rushing around the corner after him, just staring at this headless, the head that Dakir's holding and enamored with his new friend. Is not expecting you to rush up and tackle him.
Good.
Now you
All part of my clever ploy.
You do manage to grab him with some force, and he topples over, and he's the big, heavy guy.
Considers that a tackle.
Yeah, so he just kind of plunges over with you on top of him. And he's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? No, not here. No, never. No, not at all. Go away. What are you doing?
Holding a knife at his throat, yelling, "Traitor! Murderer!"
Okay. All right. So, unless we're actually getting into a attack situation with Lucius and Hildy,
No, she's just holding them till they come back. She wants them alive for questioning.
You're standing right there with the strange woman next to him. That looks familiar. Looks a lot like the woman that you met as Raven or Rescalin.
Hello, Rescalin.
That's my younger sister. No, half sister, I should say. Not even that, actually. She's not blood related to me whatsoever. Why would you call me that?
Well, you look like her, and you're wearing black armor, and you're walking around in a dungeon at night. Sewers, even worse.
I will agree with Hildegard. It seems all the fat man's daughters wear the same skin-tight leather outfits.
I mean, it looks good. Don't get me wrong.
Of course it does. It's very functional as well. Can I get up now? Please?
No, I'll stab you in your fat neck.
Now, Lucius, she taps his top of his head with her boot, kind of pointed boot. It's got this like looks like blackened out steel toe on the outside of it on the front, and you can see the outline engraved of a skull in the front of it.
Now you're in trouble. I work for her dad. Sort of.
So does he. You can let him up, if you please, or kill him. One of the two, but
Well, I want to find out why he tried to kill me first.
Lucius tried to kill you.
He led us into a trap, and I got stabbed. Look, I got stabbed right here, and it still kind of hurts.
Trap was not laid by him or for him. It was laid for you. You're Hildy, the old one. Yes? The 12th a day?
He looks around at the group and just like,
Yes, call me Hildy.
My father said you would come, but we'll talk of that matter later. In any case, if you'd let him up, then...
she'll let him up.
Thank you, thank you. It stinks! She doesn't smell. Her breath is awful. Can you please help? He just lifts his fat arm up.
I'm giving him just a very cold look. Arms crossed,
Please,
not even
please.
responding.
Sion just kind of puts her toe against the back of his neck as he's kind of lifted up, and that kind of prompts him, to kind of like pull his weight up. Very difficult for him to stand up from this position, as it's not easy to raise this bulk, but he manages to finally, from knees to, to get up and stand with some dignity as he just kind of starts to, press his clothing and robes and so forth that he's wearing. This will
Just
cost
like me.
This will cost so much to clean. You'll pay for it, you old witch. Looking at Hildy.
She'll spit on him.
Hey, that's my thing.
A lot of spitting this episode.
I know.
My thing.
Takes his cloth and just grabs it. His torch has gone nowhere at this point. As he goes to retrieve it on the floor where
Well,
it
it's been
probably
less
fell.
than 10 minutes, so Hildy's still full glow.
Okay. All right, so everything's illuminated. We shall continue then, shall we? Because you've come to see the wall, I presume. Otherwise, why would you be down here?
Indeed, that's what we have. How many sisters do you have?
I have one. She raises her ears. Sister. My father adopted Resculin when she was a child. She was actually left with him. I, of course, was already much older and did not know her very well, but she's kind of been a difficulty, as my father's expected me to look after her.
I know the feeling, sister.
And she seems a little angry by that. I was expected to put on hold my aspirations.
And do stuff for your father
Exactly.
when you didn't even know what he wanted you to do half the time.
Oh no, he was quite clear about it.
And then he just sends you off and he tries to hide you and make you
No.
look different.
not really. No. Not exactly, no.
And then you don't even know if your older sister is alive or dead, or
I
your little
don't
sister's
have
alive or dead. And then your cousin wears bird faces.
She slaps the shit out of you.
Just goes. Finally, someone did it.
It's a sneak attack slap.
Yeah, with a sneak attack slap. I'll be judicious. He does 6 points of slap damage.
Okay, knocked you unconscious.
What? 6 points.
It did not.
She has
So,
20 strength.
and
Oh, or sneak attack.
Well, that was uncalled for.
you talk too much. It's time to go. We need to get out of these tunnels. Follow me, will you?
About this time, Howell walks up. He's now wearing the tattered cloak over Kevin. He's like, Kevin, do you think it's a little...
Well, I can't really see this way, you know?
I mean, there's a couple holes right where your eyes
well,
is.
only when you shift in certain
Hey,
ways.
how about this angle?
That's better. One eye, I can see. But wait, I can move it up. I can move my... there we go.
Ah!
To anybody else, you see like two eyes, like this. Like snowman shape, looking through the tattered rags.
Wonderful, wonderful. And now you're a little more incognito. Oh! Hey guys. Sorry, Kevin, we gotta be a little more quieter after last conversation.
Don't talk a lot around her.
This is the group. This is the group. Oh,
It's a thought I have every day.
by Suna, by Luna, by all the Eru. I don't know how we'll survive this. Must be some cosmic joke. In any case, follow me.
Before that, who sent that assassin after us? They targeted Hildegard specifically.
She looks back at Hildy, and your face kind of reddened on the spot where she slapped you. I'm sorry, but I need your full attention. The Arid Brotherhood has been tasked with killing you. Someone very close to you will take advantage of their relationship. I don't know who it is yet. It wasn't this one.
Oh, it's probably that druid bitch. Did you say the Herb Brotherhood?
Arid Brotherhood.
Still could be a druid.
They're a guild of assassins that are quite good at what they do. This one was foolish to attack you here rather than in an inn or a room somewhere where you'd be alone. But there must be something very important on that wall, the scrawlings that appear there. They've been there for so long. And Lucious is like, yes, the Werdhom Enoch. And he kind of, despite the head you're holding, he just kind of shimmies himself over next to you to face her, Dakir. And you can see with pride, I've been in charge of these for a very long time. And I'm very happy that finally, maybe we have someone that can benefit by the years of my sacrifice. She just kind of glances over. He speaks the truth. Let me take it to you now. Let me take you to it now. And with that, we'll pick up next time.
I'd say it.
Man,
You got your own assassin group after you.
Man, I was kind of hoping that he was gonna die, and then we're gonna see Kiva in her bear form just like ripping him apart.
No, that's for death.
By the way, when you removed the leather, you said you stripped him. When you removed the
Yeah.
leather, you found another an amulet that he's wearing around. Oh, two things, actually. You found the amulet, and it has basically it's just small, and it's on a thin chain, and it's got this dark center, like an opal.
Oh,
Okay. And then when you removed his the rest of his, his cuirass, and you could see the skin beneath under his shirt, the curious symbol, a tattoo on his right breast, and it was a symbol of a coiled snake in a circle, head and golden eye twisted into the center, with the one golden eye facing outward, like away, and the tongue extended outward, and the slender tongue of the snakes, extended outward. Very curious tattoo. So we shall pick up on that next time. Think on it until our next session, and see what happens at the wall, hopefully, as well. Mystery solved or mysteries gained, we shall see. Have a good night, everybody. We'll see you next time. Thank you.
ta-ta.